Hey family, we in the building, y'all. Salute to everybody in the house. I know it's a rough night. Oh man, I normally don't do these types of shows, post-game shows. I think I don't do it for this very reason. By the way, did you guys notice something new about the startup? Did you guys notice something new? Did you guys notice this? You guys like it? Yeah, you're now rocking with the most poppin' Knicks YouTube channel on the net. I am the objective Knicks fan. And straight out of Kings County, New York City's finest. So you know the vibes. Listen, y'all. I know it's tough. I was mad. Trust me, I had to psych myself to get up for this live. I was very disappointed in the boys tonight. And honestly, I'm going to say it was definitely on Coach Tibbs tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the one person that blames one person type guy, you know, but all 5 starters playing over 40 minutes is completely unacceptable, guys. I'm just letting you guys know off the rip. That's the type of night it is going to be tonight. This is the Knicks call-up show. We don't have to talk about the game if you want to call up. We don't have to talk about the game, but I'm pretty sure y'all going to want to talk about the game. So, yes, we definitely going to talk about the game as I just make sure my sound looks good and on the back end. So when you guys call up, you guys can hear me. Oh, man, off the rip, we got Ron out of Baltimore. But, Ron, give me a second. I'm going to call you right back, Ron. I already know what Ron going to do. I got to intro this show, guys. I got to intro this show. Ron, I'm going to call you right back. Give me 1 second. Listen, guys. The Knicks played well, right? We don't get no consolation prizes, right? You don't get no consolation prize. Like I said, Ron, I'm going to get to you. Give me a second. I gotta intro this show. Keep the calls coming. 646-995-8389. I'm going to get to the calls, I promise. But man, yo, this show is going to be in a complete different direction, man, because I'm getting ready. We're going to talk about a couple of different things I want to address. I know this is the Nick Call-Up Show. This is your show. There's no topic, right? But at the same time, there's some things we got to address. I really wanted to talk about the All-Star voting, and we are going to talk about that. But the game took front and center. Man, look, Coach Tibbs has to relax. We got a game tomorrow. Do you guys realize we got to go to Chicago tomorrow? That's the revenge. Oh, my God. Guys, let's take a deep breath. Relax. Ron, I'm going to get to you in a second. By the way, let me salute to some people in the chat. Thank you guys for checking me out on a Friday night. JJP, NYC. Tonight's topic is the game. I know. Listen, you guys dictate the topic. I ain't going to lie. Yeah, I'm here to moderate. Sam says big day. So, by the way, salute to you, Sam. Knicks Tape Madness Discord server in the house. The refs were real trash. Yes. But once again, the refs definitely, I mean, some of the calls was a joke. But you know, you're on the road, you're not gonna get calls. We know that. On the road, you're not gonna get calls. But at the same time, there were 2 calls. Out of bounds plays that Tibbs could have challenged, but he decided not to challenge. I'm not saying that's the reason why we lost. But at the same time, we should have took advantage of that. Salute to On Dios, by the way. New York City, salute to you as well. Nick P. Yes, this is the Nick Call-Up Show. 646-995-8389. Honestly, yo, this game is so messed up because the Knicks did so many things right. Like, the Knicks should have won the game. One of the stats that we always been talking about, the rebounding stat, right? We were +1 on the guy. I guess +1 is not a huge advantage, right? And by the way, you guys want to see my screen right quick. I am looking at the ESPN app. You know, +1 on the glass, that's not a huge advantage, right? But at the same time, typically when we get a plus advantage on the glass, we win the game. You know, not tonight. We did a good job protecting the ball. You know, that was one of my keys to victory. Salute to you guys if you follow me on TikTok. I'm on all the platforms, the Objective Knicks fan. I said the same thing over there. We got to protect the ball. We did a good job protecting the ball, 12 points. We limited their attempts to have defense into offense, right? So we did a lot of things right in this game. The three ball, we kind of we were great. Like by mid third quarter, that's when it started to change. Because when we finished the third quarter, I try to look at the stats at the end of each quarter just to see where we are. Especially rebounds is a big thing for me. Assists, turnovers, but I also was looking at the 3-point percentage, right? So at the end of the third quarter, we were shooting 34% from three. And then now, as you can see, it plummeted to 28%. So the three ball went to hell. The efficient field goal percentage that's been efficient every game I could remember this year, we always find a way to shoot around 50%, 47%. So look, as I get ready to call Ron, I'm getting ready to call you back. I just had to introduce the show, man. So tonight we will be talking about some all-star stuff as well. But yeah, we definitely discussing this game. So I'm gonna call you back. Let me just make sure real quickly. Let me just make sure my call settings is legit. By the way, I'm just gonna leave this up here. I know this is I know right now you guys don't want to see that, but I'm gonna leave that up there for a second. All right, because we're gonna get to that. I'm gonna leave that up there for a second. I still need you guys to vote. You still could vote because today, if you didn't vote, the vote counts for 3 today. So, and I think every Friday up until it ends, I think it will be each all-star vote will count as 3, right? So let me just make sure my phone settings is good as I call Ron. By the way, keep the calls coming in. This is the Knicks Call-Up Show. This is your show. I'm giving you guys the opportunity to narrate and run the show how you want to run it. Let me just make sure my settings is good. Let me see my input levels. Yeah, all right. So now, all right, so I'm calling Ron right now. Ron, be on the lookout for my call, man. As I call around, let me see what else is in chat. By the way, shoot the Anna Grill. Hey, how's it going, Ron? Let me just read this chat really quickly. I'm gonna let you rock. This is gonna be. Listen, I already know where the energy is right now. I already know where the energy is. Let me just read this comment by Anna Grill. When it got thick, we didn't take advantage of the mismatch with Cat, and we stopped going to Mikel in the post. That worked in the first half. Great observation, by the way. Yeah, salute to you. That honestly was some good stuff there too. Like I said, the Knicks did a lot of things right. But go ahead, yo, Ron. This is Ron out of Baltimore. He's a good guy. Had a great conversation last week. So go ahead, man. Let the people know your thoughts.
I'm not mad at the loss. This was a winnable game, like you said. For 3 quarters, we did what we needed to do. I thought Brunson was making good decisions. But in the fourth quarter, when the defense turned up, I credit OKC's defense. I thought, and I'm not just saying it was Brunson's fault. I just think collectively on offense, we did not do what we needed to do. I feel like whether it was hunting Brunson to get him, some ISOs, I just think we stopped moving the ball and we didn't really get the flow of anything.
Yeah, definitely.
I
The ball
mean,
movement was stagnant. Definitely became stagnant.
yeah. So I mean, like Cat, I don't know how Cat doesn't get a single 3-pointer in an NBA game. That bothers me. That should never happen. I just obviously you can't like dictate, but like there are certain things that are just unacceptable to me. And the way Cat shoots the ball, and he had a good game. Some of it I blame Brunson, some of it I blame the coach, but like you got to find ways to get Towns threes. I don't care.
Yeah. And
That's
everybody,
unacceptable.
look, how I look at it, Ron, real quickly, not to cut your bill, but
Sure.
I think that everyone gets the blame in the loss. I do think that you weigh responsibility accordingly. Like some people get more weight than others, but everyone loses.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to, like when I said I'm blaming Tibbs for this one, it's not only Tibbs, but
Mm-hmm.
but Ron, how do you feel? You got the starters, all 5 of them playing 40 minutes on the first night of a back-to-back.
Yeah, I mean it's hard. I mean it's hard to win like that. It was working for 3 quarters, but over the court, it's a 4-quarter game, and I agree with you. I mean, it didn't help that Deuce was out, but I I've been saying for a while I don't know how sustainable it is over the course of the whole season to not really play your bench as much. I mean, 14 minutes for Shamit and 8 for Achua and Payne. That's a problem, and I think we may need to have a conversation about what we're going to do to add to the bench. I know Mitch is coming back; he'll help, but we could talk about that. That's a whole nother conversation. But I do think Tibbs needs to expand the rotation and have trust in his bench.
Facts.
To be fair though, I will say, I mean, it's tough to get a flow with just 8 minutes, but Payne, in those 8 minutes, I would have loved for Payne to have done to help a little bit like he has all year. He didn't do much, just to be
Right.
fair. But I've said this all year with the assists, like, and especially again, you can't like compare like a win against the Wizards. These are the big boy teams where you learn about your team, right?
That's a
Like,
fact.
come on. Like these are the games: Boston, OKC, um, Cleveland. Denver. Like to me, these are the games you're gonna learn what your problems are and what your strengths are. I don't like 22 assists. I'm not. The ball moved great for 3 quarters, but it's a four
Three
quarter game.
quarters. Yes.
OKC had 27 assists. The Knicks should always be with the talent they have. They gotta be closer to that 27 to 30 assists a night. You know?
Yes. Yes. And 30 assists is also that magic number. We know that they have a great winning percentage when they get to 30. But yeah, 27, that's a great night if they can get to 27 as well. I do agree with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I mean,
Um
like tonight, if we would have
mhm,
gotten to 27, I think we would have won the game. I mean, like 22 is not enough for me, like with the talent. I don't, again, I think it's fine to set screens to get mismatches for Brunson. I think there are times, but like there were other things working tonight where I feel like they
facts.
forced it a little bit.
Nah, they
Like
did. They did.
I
They
want
forced a lot.
Brunson to ISO. It's okay. Like Brunson's I get it. Like there are times where you can do that, but I think they went to it way too much, and I feel like, you know, Cat was fun. Cat had Bridges had it going at stretches of this game. OG had it going. I feel like we lost the movement. Um, you know, I don't know if sitting Brunson and Bridges together, we did do that for a little bit. That didn't go very well. You know, I think Brunson, I was proud of Brunson. I thought he made the right plays in the first 3 quarters, the way they were guarding. But again, the intensity, the fourth quarter is different. And I feel like they really started trapping Brunson more. And nobody adjusted well to it. I feel like guys were just standing around. Hart was setting screens for him late. And
Yeah.
we had some bad late turnovers. But, you know, I'm not
Yeah.
mad at the loss because, again, there's nothing that says, I mean, this wasn't the NBA championship tonight.
No,
Tonight
no.
was tonight was about, look, would I have loved to have kept the streak? It obviously feels good, win 10 in a row, but like the Knicks know deep down they should have won this game, and they're going to play this team in what, a week?
Yeah, if they come to the Garden, it's gonna be different. By the way, real
Yeah.
quickly, 484, I'm gonna give you a call right back. I see your call. Keep the calls coming. If I miss your call, I will call you back. 484, you will be next. But go ahead, Ron. Get your thoughts off. I'll give you a
So
couple
my
of more minutes.
yeah, so like my final take is, I think we only had one assist in the fourth quarter. I could be wrong on that. Maybe we had two, but like that's not enough. It's a 4 quarter game. Again, late game execution. When you have a Towns, when you have a Brunson, this is a different team than last year. So like it's it's let's be real about the NBA. The first 3 quarters teams, I'm not saying they don't play defense, but the fourth quarter intensity changes even more. It's just more intense. It's not the first 3 quarters, yes, teams play defense, but we're talking about the big boy late game execution, the last 5 minutes of NBA title basketball. It
Yeah,
changes. And like what I'm saying is you got to know what you want to go to and you got to get off the ball quick. And I'm saying I saw an OKC team execute, take advantage of our defense getting to that roller, the paint was wide open. They kept going to it, putting Brunson in the pick and roll. And that was another thing. Brunson's got to get better. Our defense broke down, and it wasn't just Brunson, but just they were shredding us late. They kept going to that same little play that either led to an easy Shea layup or a Wiggins three. So I'm just saying we got to get better with late game execution on both ends of the floor. I
right.
still like our team a lot. I just would like Brunson and Towns and everybody to just execute better late. But again, these are the games that you learn about your team. So like I to me, it's okay. This is not a bad loss. It's a
No,
hurtful
it's not.
loss.
No,
It's
it's not.
painful. It's painful. Like I hate it. Like, but
Yeah.
like I enjoyed the game, and like I think we're gonna get better from it. And I want to beat this team next week. I think we can learn a lot from this game. But I also think the coach needs to learn a lot. There's a lot he needs to teach the team and about what happened in that fourth quarter because, yes, the players went through it, but I'm hoping Tibbs really learns a lot from this game because he is the coach, and I can't do it for them. You and I, as much as we love this team, we can't win a championship for them. The coach has to figure it out. But that's all I got, man. Just hang
I
in there.
agree, man. I
It's been
agree,
good
Ron.
basketball.
Yo, Ron, man, great call as always. If anything, I'll hit you back if you always want to come back on the air. I
All
do
right,
want to
man.
get to some of these chats
I
and also
appreciate
the
you,
missed
man.
calls. Ron, man, I appreciate you more, man. Salute. This is
All
Ron
right.
out of Baltimore, New York City. Salute to Ron out of Baltimore. By the way, keep the calls coming, guys. If I don't answer, no worries. I'll get back to you. Because I do want to interact with the comments and also with the callers, especially my callers that call in every week. Great conversation as always, Ron from Baltimore. Let me see what you guys talking about in the chat. I see a lot of activity. Nick 100. Nick 100, man, you might have to hit the line again tonight. I'm curious to see what you got to say. I see you saying, you talk about Bridges. It look like you bigging up Bridges. They saying that he was a bum, but clearly you don't think that. The whole momentum left when OG hit the ground. I see you, Nick 100. I agree with that. That was a very scary moment in the game when OG hit the ground. I was like, uh-oh. And on the same elbow, I was like, oh, man. But, yo, man, these guys are built forward tough, man. Salute to these Knicks. Towns got hit in the back of the head as well. It's going to take a lot to take these guys out. But at the same time, we're 6-7 now in close games. Now, that's my stat, how I count close games. Yes, I'd piggyback a little bit from the NBA. If it's within 5 points in the last 5 minutes, it's considered a clutch game. But I also go a step further. I look at it as, did you actually have an honest chance of winning the game, right? An 8-point lead could be different on one night than it is on the other night. Was it an 8-point game because you was down 20 and you went on a late game barrage? Or was it an 8-point game, you was down 2, but then the other team, like tonight, OKC beat us by 10 points, but it was a close game. So I got this marked down as a close game. We're 6-7 in close games. And some of these losses, the Hawks, the Bulls, of course, how could we forget the Bulls? Some bad losses, man. Detroit, I didn't have that as a close game, honestly, because we was down big. But Atlanta early on again, Houston. So what's going on in these close games? Granted, on most nights we are smoking teams. This is what happens when you got the second rated offense. By the way, 484, I'm coming to you right now. 484, just to give you a heads up. So we get 484 on the line. Let's see if he picks up.
Yo.
Hello, 484. You now live on your air. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, it's Mike from PA.
Salute to Mike from PA. Salute to you, New York City. Salute to you.
Yeah, no doubt. Man, tonight, this is sad. This is what makes me sad. It's going to give me nightmares tonight. Going into this season, the NBA said, people were saying that they're not going to call all of these ticky-tack fouls. Adam Silver was clear they want to allow the players to play defense. If you rewatch that game, Karl Anthony Towns is terrified to play defense. He
Really?
cannot contest a shot. The brother can't do nothing. He cannot even approach a player without refs calling a foul on him. And then on the other end, he getting punched in the back of the head.
That's a fact.
Like Brunson. He like Brunson from last year. They
Yeah.
treating him like Brunson from last year. Brunson getting beat up all up down the court and no foul on the other end. So that was disheartening from tonight. But my main question is, in the fourth quarter, OKC going to run, we call a timeout. Who in the huddle decides we're going to play Jalen Brunson ISO ball and forget everything we did the previous 3 quarters?
Good point.
Who makes that call?
Good point. I'm riding with you. I don't think that, especially if that was the call, I don't think that was the right call. But I'm going to say this. We don't know what was said in the huddle, right? And maybe Brunson, Captain 11, maybe he decided, I'm just going to take shots. It could also be that too. It could go both ways. But I am with you on this point. Coach Tibbs, to me, playing all these guys all this minutes as well, right? On the first game of a back-to-back, You going with an 8-man rotation, the highest amount of minutes and I got, by the way, the people that's listening to us can see the screen. I'm sharing it. The highest player off the bench that got minutes was Landry Shamet at 14. Precious Achiuwa got 8 minutes this game, right? So, yes, I think that there's some things from a coaching standpoint that went wrong, and I wouldn't be surprised if that also can be included into what you said earlier about them, going Jalen Brunson ISO ball. That wasn't the time for it. They should have went to Bridges, in my opinion. By the way, I gave Bridges the Nick of the Month on my blog this week inside the Knicks.com, by the way. I gave Bridges he was the Nick of the Month for December, even though Karl-Anthony Towns was voted Eastern Conference Player of the Month. I salute the Karl-Anthony Towns. I'm not knocking that. But to me, Bridges was the most consistent Nick. Like, he didn't have a bad game the whole month. Like, he didn't have a game where it was like, damn, Bridges, what are you doing out there?
He didn't have a bad game today.
He didn't have a bad game today. Exactly. Right. So, and the defense, they did so much of a better job to me. Like in the third quarter and like I would say the second quarter as well on SGA defensively, they was doing a lot of good things. And it's just like I feel like all of this was not for a waste, but it just felt bad, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
This is a painful loss.
It's a painful loss, bro.
I'm gonna say this. Bridges has been playing phenomenal, really turned his season around. If you're a Knicks fan and you saying otherwise, I really don't know what you're watching. But tonight, he was phenomenal. He played great defense on SGA. SGA going to do his numbers.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you can't stop him. Right, you
can't stop him. But make him work for it.
Make him work.
I thought OG, Bridges, they was making them work for it.
Yeah.
And I want to go with your theory that JB took it upon himself. But if Tibbs sees that the house is on fire, brother, call a time out. There's no way he don't call a timeout and say, yo, what are y'all doing?
No, I agree. I think you're right on the money with that. And then also like the challenges. Did you catch that? The 2 out of bounds calls where he could have challenged them and he decided not to? I'm like, bro, like
Bridges was begging him.
Yeah, he literally. And typically you listen to your star players, like clearly he's saying it for a reason. But hey, I mean, I guess he wanted to save his challenge. He never used the challenge, by the way, too. But
never used the challenge, and he usually do. I'm not gonna lie. He usually at least use it. Even if he's wrong, he'll use it. But one more thing too, Josh Hart, bro, fourth quarter, he looked lost, man. I don't know if it was the frustration getting to him. He got the tech early on in the game. Calls wasn't going their way. But I'm telling you, that fourth quarter, man, he was late on some of them screens. I know JB was playing ISO ball, but he was late coming to give JB the screen on some of those plays. He looked lost on defense. I don't know what was going on. That fourth quarter, we just imploded. But
yeah, man, Jalen Williams.
The call, man.
Yo, Dave, salute to you, man. I appreciate the call. We doing this show every Friday, 10:45, man. Great having you call in. I got your number locked in, so now when you call in the future, I know exactly who you are. Mike from PA.
Say no more. Salute, fan.
Salute, appreciate man. New York City, salute to Mike from PA. We got some more callers. I'm getting ready to call you back, Wesley, first. At 845, I'm going to call you back right after that. But before I make these calls, let me see what you guys talking about in the chat. By the way, if you guys see what I got on the screen, I know this might be the wrong time to have it, but at the same time, listen, we got to support our Knicks no matter what. Throughout some point throughout this show, I will take you guys to NBA.com, and we will address this all-star topic. Right now, we talk about the game, but we will address this all-star topic, right? Because we can't let one night, take us away from the mission. It was a bad, I'm not going to say it was a bad loss like the caller said earlier. I'm going to say, it just was a tough loss because we had it. Once I saw we was up by 12 in the second quarter, I'm like, yo, we might be in good shape. And then when we, was -4 the third quarter, they cut it to an 8-point lead. I'm like, all right, we might be straight. But then the fourth quarter, we imploded. So let me see. I'm going to call back Wesley. I'm calling you back first, Wesley. If you listening, be on the lookout for this call. As soon as I can find my app. I got so many screens open. All right, let me call back Wesley. Salute to you, Sam. Yes, Sam, you right. 3 for 1 vote. Salute to my man Sam in the chat. What's going on?
Hello, good evening, my brother. Salute to you and all the Knicks fans.
Let's
Happy
go.
New Year to you, my brother.
Salute, man. Wesley, where you from? Is this Wesley?
Yes, I'm from Long Island, aka Strong
Okay.
Island, New
Strong
York.
Island. Strong Island salute. New York City
Home
salute
of
to Strong Island.
That's right. Home of Rakim, Dr. J, Ross Marciano, Biz
Yes,
Markie,
sir.
Craig Mack, and a lot of Public Enemy and a lot of others, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You called in before too, because I remember you said that before. You had to call in before.
No, I said it in the chat. This is my first time
Okay,
calling
right.
in, brother.
Copy. I remember that.
Yeah. And I think y'all got on me about, I don't know if it was you guys, but somebody got on me about not putting Busta Rhymes in there.
Technically.
When I gave, yeah, but you know what? I said technically Busta never really repped Long Island.
No, he didn't.
You know,
he did straight Brooklyn.
He always claimed Brooklyn, even though he owned his skills in Long Island.
That's a fact too.
In Long Island, he never really repped Long Island. You know.
Yep. No, you're right. Good point. But yo, so what's on your mind, man? I'm sorry. You know, I thought we was gonna get a nice little win, man, and they ruined it. You know, but go ahead.
Me too. I was a bit disappointed, but you know what? I love this team, but I still have a problem with this coach. I mean, it's maddening how this guy can play all 5 starters over 40 minutes. My brother, it is ridiculous. And you have 3 guys off the bench, and the most minutes you give one guy off the bench is 14 minutes. You see, like when we play these games, there's always these teams. You have these guys that you never heard of killing us, coming off the bench.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, it's maddening when you hear people saying they talk about our depth. How do we know what we have? I mean, like, he doesn't play guys, like he doesn't play the Kolek, Tyler Kolek. He doesn't play, other guys. Like, it's maddening with Tom Thibodeau, Honestly, I've never been a big fan of him, His substitution patterns are maddening, and just the way. I mean, he's going to run these guys into the ground before we get to the playoffs, my brother. And I mean, and I'm shocked already that we haven't had no like serious injuries,
I agree.
The way I agree. Yeah. I mean, it was a good game. I enjoyed the game, but I was disappointed.
Oh, Wesley, we lost you. I'm gonna call Wesley back, but just to piggyback what he's saying real quickly. Look at the OKC Thunder bench, man. 25 minutes, 13 minutes, 15 minutes, 9. Like, so Jalen Williams, even though he played 38 minutes, he got his rest towards the end of the third. Isaiah Hartenstein, 31 minutes. If Isaiah Hartenstein was on the Knicks, 40 minutes. SGA, 37 minutes. Once again, he got his rest coming into the game. Let me get Wesley back on the line. He was talking some good talk, man. By the way, keep the calls coming. If I miss your call, I will call you back. No worries, right? I got all the numbers and stuff saved here. Let me get Wesley back on the line. Because we don't, no man left behind. Let me get Wesley back on the line, man. But yeah, just to piggyback on what he's saying, man, the brother was 100%. Definitely 100%. Hello? Hey, Wesley, I got you back, man. Phone got disconnected.
Nah, this Sean. I think you got.
Oh, Sean. Okay, my bad, Sean. My bad. I meant to get Wesley back. My fault. How's it going, Sean?
It's okay.
Sean, where you calling out of? Where you calling out of, family?
I'm from Brooklyn, but I'm upstate now, so that's why you see the area code like that.
Okay, I'm gonna put Brooklyn though. I'm gonna put Brooklyn. Sean from Brooklyn. How's it going, family?
I'm good, man. Tibbs gotta go, man.
Tibbs gotta go.
Tibbs gotta go, man. I'm gonna tell you, Tibbs, he'll get you some 50 wins, but when it comes to these playoffs, man, they're gonna tie out by the second round.
I agree.
There's no reason that your starting 5 is playing over 40 minutes.
Yeah. No,
You
I
got
agree.
Tyler Kolek on the bench. You got a bunch of these young guys on. OKC was playing dudes off the bench I've never heard of in my life.
I just
Killing.
had it on the screen. they got
Like
they got
killing.
like 5 William kids you never heard of, right?
And my thing is just trade Tyler, trade Tyler Kolek, trade Packett. Trade these guys because you're not using them and you actually messing their career because you're never putting them. I can't be mad at Brunson. Brunson looked exhausted.
Yeah.
He looked exhausted after that hard fall with OG. He was kind of gipping. I don't know. Every time OG falls, I cringe. It's just like when he falls, it's like his whole body just break apart.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's scary. It is scary.
Tibbs ain't it, man. Tibbs ain't it, man.
Wow.
Tibbs wants to go 82-0.
Yeah.
You can't do that, bro.
There's definitely no nights off with Tibbs. Listen, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm a Tibbs guy. I'm a Tibbs guy. But at the same time, I didn't like the job he did tonight, and I never liked him playing these guys as many. Like you said, I agree. Playing them so many minutes, right? I don't like the 8-man rotation. Everybody that listens to this channel knows I hate the 8-man rotation, bro. Like that take that and throw that in the trash. I was saying, you got Ariel, Huck Porty. These guys go to the G League putting in work. I know it's the G League, but hey, typically guys that put in work in the G League can actually play. So give these guys some time. Right, Deuce did it.
Yeah, Deuce did it. Tyler can ball.
Tyler Kolek, Pacone Dadier, give these guys, I don't care if he's 18, 19, man, give these guys some run, man. You could use the 8 to 9, 10 minutes to take off minutes from Bridges and OG. These guys don't need to be playing, like you said, 40 minutes. Now, in the playoffs, go ahead, let's do it. But 82 games, bro, you can't, come on, bro. You're going to fall apart. You're going to fall apart.
My thing is, everybody said, we need bench help. But who you bringing in? Who you trading? I don't want to see Mitch go. I still want to see how Mitch is when he come back. Because he's one of the best offensive rebounders. But who you gonna trade away? You gonna trade away 2 or 3 bench pieces that we have for what, 1 or 2 for one guy probably?
Right.
You're gonna have to give up Mitch and Deuce.
Right.
If you get anybody from the bench, you're gonna have to give up those 2.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to do no trade. I'm gonna keep it real with you, brother. Real quickly, I'm gonna salute Maxine. I see you, Maxine. Definitely don't forget to smash that like button. I appreciate the $2 super chat, Maxine. Tell them, hit those like buttons. Tell a friend. You're now rocking with the most popping Knicks YouTube channel on the net. Let's go. So yeah, go ahead, brother. I just had to get that off because Maxine got mad at me if I didn't shout out her super chat. But go ahead.
But yeah, man, I'm not. We lost off of coaching today.
Facts.
That was coaching today. That we lost off of coaching today. Hart look tired. Oh, and then you got a back-to-back.
Right. Tomorrow, that's what I'm saying. We got Chicago tomorrow.
Right. And he's gonna play them again for over 40 minutes.
Can't do it.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, come on, bro. Like, I know Payne been looking kind of shaky these couple of games. It's like, dude, you gotta give these young guys some burn, man. It's why not?
I agree.
These young guys some burn. See what you got. Even if you do lose, hey, you know what? It is what it is. But Tibbs, you cannot go 82-0. You just can't. It's not gonna happen. You gotta play these young guys, and these are high picks. Daddy, what pick was he?
He was a first rounder. He was like 25.
Yeah, he was 25. It's a first round pick.
Yeah.
And then everybody's like, yo, don't give up picks. Why? This guy doesn't play them.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's another good point. That's why you trade in the picks. They ain't gonna play. So I mean, Good point.
They're not gonna play. So you might as well see what you can do. You mean to tell me Tyler can't give you 6 minutes? Dadier can't give you 10 minutes? Just a break? I swear to God, he was gonna when he put Precious in, I thought he was gonna have this guy come right in after that nasty spill and play him again for another, just play him straight.
Facts.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, the Knicks will not win a championship with that guy a head coach. I'm telling you right now, he's gonna give you 50 wins. He's gonna win some games, but he will never get past the second round.
Wow.
I'm telling you that he's gonna get you your wins, but
That's
he's
tough.
not gonna get you over that hump. I'm telling you, Tibbs is stubborn. And you know what's a big loss to Johnny Bryant. Johnny Bryant he listened to Johnny Bryant that last year, which was last year. You know what I'm saying? You took some advice from him. You started to see, a little bit of rotation in with the guys and stuff like that. But it's just like, dude, like I think we lead the league in minutes. Four of our starting five are like top 5 or top 6.
They out there for sure. I could pull it up.
I think three of our 5. I think.
Yeah, no, they definitely up there.
3 of our 5 is up there. You know what I'm saying?
I know we got the first two. Hart and Bridges is 1 and 2. I know that for a fact.
I think it's Hart, Bridges, and it's not Cap because Cap.
I think OG might be up there. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
It might be. Yeah, It's 3 out of 5 that's up there. It might be Brunson, but I know Brunson missed some games, so he's not up there.
No, I don't think it's Brunson, but I'm gonna pull it up just to be clear. Go ahead.
Yeah, but 3 out of 5 is the top 5 most minutes. You don't see that with Boston. You don't see that with OKC.
Nope.
You might see one out of the top players that's in the top 5, but you don't see like 3 out of the starting 5 on there. That's insane, man.
That's
insane,
crazy.
Man.
And then you playing
That's
like
insane,
you missing like so many players. You're only really missing one guy right now. So there's no reason why you only playing 8 men. Like it's just I'm trying to there is no rationale for it to be. I mean, it really isn't, if you ask me.
And then even if we was trying to trade these guys, we can't really get nothing back from because they don't play.
That's a whole nother point. And
You know
I just saw an
saying?
article today, right? They said that there's a lot of teams that want Mitchell Robinson that's interested, but they're concerned about his health. And
Right.
that's the reason why they're not going to pull the trigger, because of
Now,
his
would
health.
you trade him for Nick Richards if he's available?
The only problem with the Nick Richards trade is the money. He makes way too much money for Charlotte, so they would have to add another, because Nick Richards is around like 4 or 5 million. Mitch is around 14, so that's a $10 million gap. So you would have to add like whole nother, and that's going to make the trade more complicated. The guy who they really could get is Valanciunas, to be honest, because the money.
Yeah, I don't want him.
I know, but I'm just saying, money wise,
okay,
it'll be it'll be easier to match. I don't want him either, to be honest. To be honest, you know what I want? I want Mitch to come back. You know what I'm saying? By the way, I got it on the screen too. OG Anunoby, it averages 36.4 minutes. You got, and of course, Hart and Bridges. Bridges 39.2. He pushing 40. And Josh Hart 37.3. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yo, bro. Yo, he pushing 40 right now, B. Yeah, yo. Crazy.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I haven't seen a Knicks look exhausted like that in this season like that today.
Yeah.
They looked at like they just ran a New York City marathon, bro.
That's the number 1 ranked defense, man.
They looked at exhausted. Like their legs was just gone. Like they was missing like open shots. They looked exhausted. Even though OKC got a top defense, we was cooking them in the first half of the game.
Yep. We was
cooking them. You know what I'm saying?
We was. It's just them legs, man.
Them legs, man. And OKC was bringing in guys like they were bringing in guys that if me and you walked in the supermarket, we wouldn't even know who the hell they was, man.
That's a fact. If I didn't watch them, because like every time we play a team, right, I watch 2 of their games. Yeah, that's serious. That's serious. Like every time we play a team, I have to watch two games prior. Like I'm saying the 2 games right before, not early in the season, because a lot can change. Guys get hurt, guys get traded. Now this is new dude out of nowhere, you don't know who he is. So in order for me to get on this mic and be accurate, I actually watched the game. So that's how I know about the Williamses. The Wiggins kid is nice. The one that was cooking us in the fourth quarter, he's not. He's really,
Yeah.
he's really like that for real, right? And this Ajay Mitchell had a nice first half too. Yeah, I mean that's what you need. Like you're not gonna play these guys 20 minutes, right? You don't have to play these guys 20, 25 minutes. Put them in there for a 10-minute stretch, 8-minute stretch. 10 minutes total, maybe 2 5-minute stretches, and that's all you need. It'll help. So SGA come in the fourth quarter, right? He fresh. He chilling. He let Jalen Williams. Yeah, go ahead.
Right, and then when Tibbs do put these guys in, it's like 1 minute in the game.
Well, facts.
The Knicks are up by 25, and Tibbs will just keep. And then go ahead, guys. 59 seconds left. Come on, bro. Like they
Crazy.
Hart already played 38 minutes, bro. You could at least took them off for like 3-4 minutes of the game. They're not coming back, Tibbs. The game is over. We're up by 25. Why is the starting five still in the game? That's
Insane.
The thing that kills me. That's the thing that kills me about this guy. When the Knicks are up, he still leaves them in, and he'll give he gave Tyler, some minutes. The last game who we played. Who was the last game we played?
The last game we played was Utah.
Yeah,
the Jazz.
Yeah, Utah. And you could tell, yo, dude, if you give this guy more minutes, bro, he could do something. But he does that, man. He does that. He does that. Tibbs is not a good – I'm telling you, man.
You're not riding with him.
Tibbs is going to have us out in the second round again.
Ooh.
Again.
Damn.
Again.
Listen, I respect where you're coming from because, he hasn't got it done. But it's one game. That's not, I have to be the voice of reason still. It's one game. We're going to see them in the Garden. Hopefully Deuce is back because that'll be the only way he's going to play 9 guys. Deuce has to be there. So hopefully that's what I'm banking on. And then when Mitch gets back, I'm hoping, okay, cool. Now we will never go back to 8-man rotation. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hoping when Mitch comes back, it stays at least 9-man. I don't want to see this 8-man rotation
you want
again.
Mitch coming off the bench?
Yes. Yeah, he has to come off the bench only because the starting lineup was cooking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see how good the starting lineup has been doing all year. To change it up, even after a couple of games, to still change it up, I wouldn't recommend it. Now, if we started the season and I never got to see Josh Hart look the way he looked, Bridges look the way he looked, because who are you going to pull from the starting lineup? That becomes the next question, right? So, and OG Anunoby was never the guy you was considering. So,
right.
Between Hart and Bridges,
you can't put Josh. Yeah,
you can't do it. You can't do it, man. So yeah, I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping, that Mitch comes back and he really expands Tibbs' mind, and maybe we get a 10-man rotation. I doubt it, but you never know. Because he likes Shamet a lot. So
yeah,
we'll see.
You got to play him though, man. You got to play these guys, man. I'm telling you, man. I don't. Unless he spreads that you cannot go into the playoffs with guys playing over 40 minutes. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. These guys are not going to – they're going to be gassed out.
That's a fact.
They're going to be gassed out. This is not how you win championships. Playing your starting 5 over 40 minutes. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not.
The Knicks are going to go out in the second round again. I'm telling you.
Man,
the second, I see the first too.
Nah. We can't do bro. We can't do the first. I hear what you're saying, and I do think that things have to change. But see, where I'm at with it, I'm confident it will change because when Mitch gets back, he can't just play 8 guys. I mean, he could do whatever the world he wants, but I doubt it. Because he likes Shamet. I'm not sure if he likes Campaign, because how Campaign starts for you, and then the next game you only give him 8 minutes. I don't you know what I'm saying? Crazy, he put in work. He had 9 and 8 or 8 and 9 or something like that. Was running the show very well, and then he don't get no light. I don't know.
Tyler, right? He's got Tyler on the corner of the bench. You know what I'm saying?
He got Tyler just chilling. Dottie on the
It's just, I just, man, I've never been a super Tibbs fan. Like I said, he has issues, man, with his stubbornness, bro. And it's like I'm not confident in this guy. I'm not confident in this guy, man. Something got to be done, man. And they already gave him an extension, so it's
Yeah,
it's whatever,
yeah,
But I would see Mitch coming off the bench. Um, Mitch can't Mitch can't be getting hurt no more, man. And shit. I don't want to hear nothing, man. I don't want to hear anything, bro. You better play this full season. And
yeah.
I don't sleep on nobody in these joints, man. If it's the first round, if it's the second round, I don't sleep on none of these teams, man. Anybody can get beat in the playoffs, man. But
That's a fact.
when you burning these guys down, they're gonna be tired, man.
Yeah, yeah. That's why it has to change. They said Deuce hurt his hammy in the layup
Hamstring,
line.
yeah.
I'm like,
Mhm.
bro, like how you hurt your hamstring? You just shoot and jump. I don't know, man. It's something wrong with Deuce because remember the early injury he had earlier. It was supposed to be he was day to day, and then he wound up being out for a long time.
Mhm.
We gonna need Deuce, man, because Deuce is one guy you know for sure that he's going to play regardless of anything. Deuce is going to play. So I'm just hopeful that we will have a lineup of healthy guys that he trusts. And so we'll see that we'll go back to the 9-man rotation because it can't drop to 8. And then also like you got Mitch, you could play Mitch 20 minutes, right? You could play Deuce like 18, 20 minutes. So Brunson, Brunson get 34 minutes. All these minutes should come down. Like we shouldn't have 3 guys in the top 10. Like that's crazy. Like
But you know
that's
what? I think a game like this, Mitch don't really. I don't know if he would do well because they ran a small ball lineup. I mean, yeah, iHeart was there, but I think Mitch. This would have been an interesting game. This. I don't know if he would have finished. I don't know if he would have had Mitch finish out this one,
Right.
but they might need another wing guy. But you got Daddy there, so
got
it's like,
Dadier. Yeah, I mean, I would love to have. I agree.
even
I
the
would
Hulk, like even the Hulk, like you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Hulk.
Like
I agree. Yeah,
it
Hulk.
was just like, yo, dude, you still got Jericho Sims playing. Like
Yeah, defense at the
you
rim.
could
He
have
has
threw
good
him in
defense.
there. Yeah,
Yeah,
bro, you could have
yeah,
threw the Hulk in there, bro. Like what?
yeah.
He's not that bad. These guys are NBA players, bro. Like
Facts.
come on, man. It's
And
just
Hulk
like
was a pro. He was a pro for a lot of years overseas.
yeah. You
So
mean to tell me he can't give you 8 minutes tonight?
that's all I'm saying. See, you hit it on the nail. I'm not saying to get these guys 25 minutes. I'm saying, yo, play them in 5-minute spurts. Towns come out, boom, he come in for 5 minutes, especially like going into the fourth quarter. Like you should at least have 4 of your 5 starters fresh, like down the stretch in the fourth. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't be coming in the game or playing from the third quarter to the fourth quarter, and now you know what I'm saying? Like that shouldn't be, bro. Like you can't.
Bro, the Knicks bench don't even take showers after the games, man. They just get dressed, man.
Straight to the club. Yeah.
Straight to the club.
Yo, New York City salute, man. Oh, man.
Thank you, man.
Yo,
Listen,
man.
I'm definitely a new subscriber, man.
Oh, salute, man.
I'm gonna be tuning in. You know what I mean?
I got you, man. Sean from Brooklyn, man. I got you, man.
Thank you,
I'm
brother.
upstate too. I'm from Brooklyn too. I moved upstate too, so I understand.
Nice and more quiet. Nice and
we
quiet,
gotta move.
man. You ain't
Gotta
had
move
no
on up,
nothing.
baby. I ain't mad
Thank
at you.
man.
All right, salute,
You
brother.
too, brother. All right, man. Enjoy.
All right, man. That was Sean out of PA. Wesley, if you want, I could call you back, Wesley. Because I'm not sure what happened to the call. I'll call you back. Let me see what you guys tell my chat. By the way, salute to AP in the building. I think we're gonna lose tomorrow in Chicago as well. Yeah, I think so. AP. I think we're gonna lose tomorrow. I'm not the negative Knicks fan. But I'm gonna say I do think that the way we look tonight and knowing Tibbs, we're gonna come up with the same strategy. We're gonna play the 8 guys and 5 of them 40 minutes. Yeah, that's not gonna get us the win. Because remember, This is the revenge tour. I didn't finish the flyer for the revenge tour, but I was gonna post a flyer saying, yeah, the first stop of the revenge tour. Now we gotta add OKC. OKC will be added to the revenge tour flyer because we gotta see them again. And like I said, I'm hopeful that Deuce will be ready to go so we could play 9 guys, please. And then these guys are short guys too. Like, you know, that besides the Jalen Williams dude, the big Jalen Williams that was shooting threes, the 6'9" one, all the rest of their guys are 6'5", 6'6" and under. They're not a big team at all. So that's why, like one of the call, I'm not sure if it was Wesley or Sean, but one of you guys early on the call, y'all was saying how, you know, they were doing a good job attacking in the paint. I had that, by the way, if you guys follow me on TikTok, I did a game preview, and some of the things I'm talking about now, I was talking about. I literally watched Giannis Antetokounmpo in the NBA Cup game. If you study that game, that's the key to how to beat OKC, because he exploited them in their weakness. They don't have an answer for a 6'10", 6'9", 6'11", all the way up, like a big, tall, athletic power forward that can take it to the basket. And of course, Giannis is a freak. He's the only one like him, but they don't have no answer for that, especially going to the basket, right? Their job is to try to get Giannis to pass the ball. But here's the thing. In the NBA Cup game, when Giannis passed the ball, them boys was all hitting threes. Green, Lillard, I mean, everybody was hitting threes. So, that was one game, and maybe you can't win a series like that against OKC. But definitely, it worked that one night. By the way, this is the Knicks call-up show. Right now, we're talking about the game, but I didn't really want to talk about the game, bro. I want to talk about this all-star stuff, and I think that's what I'm going to talk about. First off, just to shift gears a little bit, and by the way, if you guys call in and you guys want to talk about the game, we can, like I said, the Knicks call-up show, this is your show. I'm not steering no conversations. I want you guys to get your conversation off, say what you got to say, and that's what the Knicks call-up show is about, to have great Knick talk, right? You can ask me questions. I'm going to give you my honest answer. Like I said, I'm level-headed. I'm a Coach Tibbs guy. You know, a lot of people called up tonight. They wasn't feeling Coach Tibbs, and I get it. But at the same time, it's one night only. We can't allow it to, ruin the season. Right now, we still 24-11. We still third in the East. We still can catch Boston because I'm not sure if Boston won tonight, and I could check that right quick. But we still right there with Boston. You know what I'm saying? We still right, even if they won tonight, and they did win, but wow, they smacked I wonder what happened this game. The Rockets got smacked tonight. Did they have some? Oh, Eason didn't play, and Jabari Smith didn't play. Oh, because Jabari Smith, he broke his left hand. When did he break his left hand? This has to be new. And they said that. Oh wow. So that's why the Celtics won, because these are the guys I'm talking about. Them 6'9" athletic dudes. By the way, let me put in the research mode real quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about. These 6'9", 6'7", 6'8" dudes, that's what you need to have success. So the Rockets didn't have 2 of these guys tonight, and they got smacked. Let me see if I could pull up the score right quick, because I am curious to see what the box score looked like. I'm probably gonna have to go back and watch this game later tonight. Let me see. Sam Hauser has 0 points. Honestly, this guy right here, Sam Hauser, I'm not trying to disrespect him, but bro, he's a weak link, bro. Like, you gotta attack him, bro. Like, Sam Hauser, yeah, he's getting attacked by me. Oh, they started Jeff Green. Oh, the Rockets got some injuries. This guy, Jeff Green, I don't even think he played this year. Let me see. He only played, 2 games? Oh, he played 9 games this year? Yeah, because when I last saw the Rockets, he wasn't even playing. So, yeah, the Rockets had injuries. That's why the Celtics won. Okay, cool. But I'm going to jump into some all-star votes right now, y'all. So, look, I did a poll earlier today because I was very disappointed with Knick Nation, right? Very disappointed with Knick Nation. I'm looking at the all-star votes. Let me see if I can get this real quick. I'm looking at the all-star votes, right? And I see here that Jalen Brunson was number 4 in the Eastern Conference voting from the fans, fan voting, right? And I'm like, how is he? He's been the best point guard in the East, right? Salute to Alan Hahn, by the way. He continuously pushes that narrative, and I agree with him. Jalen Brunson has been the best point guard in the East. We seen what Towns is doing. Towns for sure definitely has been the best center in the Eastern Conference, especially since Joel Embiid has kind of been in and out the lineup. But my thing is, like, how is it? And I'm trying to get the numbers. I'm gonna find it because I have the article somewhere. I'm trying to figure out how is it that the Knicks and all of these fans that we got everywhere, right? We got fans everywhere. How is it that Jalen Brunson got half the amount of votes, literally half the amount of votes that LaMelo Ball got? Yes, I know. Oh, LaMelo Ball, he was a top pick and he's a star and he's popular. Yeah, okay, cool. But the Knicks, we got the most fans, right? We voted people in before, right? We voted. I don't see the stats. We voted people in before. There's no excuse as to why these guys don't have higher votes. I'm gonna have to do a Google search. I don't know where I put this article. But to the people, I'm also gonna do this. To the people who don't know how to vote, right? Or think that voting is hard, I'm gonna show you real quickly how voting is not that hard. Okay? Pow. So look, this is NBA.com. Go to NBA.com, right? You're gonna be right here. I'm gonna show you how simple this is, right? You're gonna be right here. Bam. All you gotta do when you go to NBA.com, you click on All-Star. Pow. Okay, cool. It's gonna say voting is now open, right? Pow. We're gonna click on it. You already see I already got Karl-Anthony Towns right there. So this is how I vote. But recently, and I got 2 accounts, by the way. This is one of my accounts. So I'll be voting on 2 accounts every day. Do some days I forget? Of course, I'm human. But most days I'm voting. So I already got Towns selected. I don't vote for nobody else in the East. I only vote straight Knicks. Towns, Bridges, OG, right? That's my 3. Once you select your 3 front court, review picks. Bam, done. Easy. Then I go to the guards. I click Jalen Brunson, and I got to scroll down a little while to get to Josh Hart. Bam. So now I review my picks. You don't even have to vote for the West if you don't want to. Just to even make it real simple. All you got to do is hit, bam, submit votes, right? You got to just verify you're not a robot, right? Just do all this little verification. Bam, because they don't want people spamming. And your votes are in, right? And because it's close to midnight, we could vote again in 14 minutes. That's all you got to do to vote, man. We got the most fans. Y'all need to get on there. I'm going to get the numbers in a second. But y'all need to get on there, stop playing, and vote for the captain, right? Towns is in the top 3. Towns is going to be voted in. By the way, Towns, yes, he was a first pick in the draft, but he was never voted in. He was never voted in as a starter. Right? So this will be his first time that, hold on, I think I might got the article right here. Do I got it? This it? No, it's not it. But this is the first time Towns will be voted in. And salute to Towns. He deserves it. You know what I'm saying? To me, they all deserve it. You know what I'm saying? They all deserve it. When I say they all deserve it, I mean he and Brunson deserves to be all-star starters, right? That point blank period. I don't care what nobody else has to say. And when I saw this article, I was like, wait a minute, y'all, we doing it like this, y'all? Like, we really doing it like this? Like, we gonna act like Jalen Brunson doesn't deserve to be number 1 and 2? As I find the article, let me see what you guys talking about in the chat. By the way, this is the Nick Call Up Show, 646-995-8389. Wesley, do you want me to hit you back? Wesley, I will call you back. Let me know. I'm gonna call you back anyway, but I just would because I see you in the chat. So if you want to get back on the line, you can. I'm not sure what happened to the phone. I did not bang the phone on you. Let me see. NBA All Stars. I'm mad I can't find this article. I guess I was so mad that I threw away the article somewhere. Let me get it. I gotta show you it. It's crazy. LaMelo Ball, his team got what? 10 wins, 9 wins? How does LaMelo Ball get the count? How does he get the count? How does he get the fans? And by the way, I got it right here, y'all. Let me put this on the screen so y'all can see it. This is, to me, this was just like insane. Insane. Let me put it back. By the way, Trevor, I'm gonna get to your call in a second. I see you, Trevor. I'm gonna get to your call in a second. I gotta get this all-star stuff out the way. These are the votes. These are the votes. Do y'all see this? Towns, y'all did y'all thing with Towns. New York City, salute to Towns. Towns needs to be a starter. I agree with it wholeheartedly. Giannis, Tatum, Towns. Perfect. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? I got to get that. I'm going to get that on my soundboard. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get that on my soundboard. Karl Anthony Towns, number 3. But look at the guards. Look at how they did my man JB. Look at how they did my man JB. 477,000 votes. You got Melo in as, guys, you got Melo in as a starter for like 4 years straight. Yes, Melo was a star. Yes, Melo had a lot of fans. We know that. At the same time, he was a Knick and he was voted in as a starter. Amari Stoudemire, his first year, when he was balling, right? You got him in as a starter, right? Of course, Ewing in the 90s, I don't even want to go back that far. Bottom line is, this man, Jalen Brunson, needs to be a starter. Now, thank God, right? Thank God that, you know, you don't have to, it's not only on the fans, the media could vote too. So 50% fans, 50% media. I'm hoping that Stephen A., yes, I'm talking to you, Stephen A., you get it right and give my man Brunson where he needs to be. He needs to be a starter this year. It's no I don't care about, look, hold on. I don't care about none of these dudes. I don't care about LaMelo Ball. His team is not good. Donovan Mitchell, yes. Donovan Mitchell, in my opinion, should start in the All-Star game. The Cavs are doing what they're doing. But Jalen Brunson, I'm sorry, Lillard. Salute to Lillard. You're a legend, top 75. No disrespect. But Jalen Brunson is having a better year, to me, especially when you count the team, the fact that we're talking about a point guard, and you got to look at your team's success and how you managing your team. There's none of these dudes deserve to be in there over Brunson. That's it. Let me get my brother. Oh no, we're gonna be doing all-star voting tonight. Let me get my brother that just called. By the way, I believe your name is Trevor. Hold on, let me pull up the app. Trevor, I'm calling you back right now. Be on the lookout for the call. Wait, did I dial? I think I dialed the wrong number. My fault. My fault. I dialed my man Sean. My fault, sorry, Sean. I ain't mean to dial you back. Trevor, I'm dialing you right now.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
How's it go? Hey, how's it going? You're now on the line with the Knicks Call-Up Show.
Good. I would like to ask, if you're a guy that sells fish for a living,
Okay.
and you do not display your fish, who's going to buy?
No
I've
one.
been saying from day one, Tibbs is the wrong guy. I've been a
Okay.
Knicks fan from 1970.
Oh, wow. Salute to you, man.
That's
Salute to
right.
you. You go back. So you've seen the championship.
That's right. 2 of them.
Okay. And by the way, am I speaking with Trevor?
Yes, you are.
Where you calling from, good sir?
Queens, New York.
Oh, salute the Queens in the house, y'all. New York City, salute the Queens. All right. Go ahead, get your call off, man. I didn't mean to interrupt your bill. I'm listening.
Yeah. So this is my thing. If he keeps doing the same thing over and over and over, tell me when it's going to change.
Good point. Good point.
If you play a guy 40 minutes every night, or you drive a car hard every night, one day it's going to break down. And that's what's been happening every playoff.
Oh, okay. So you're saying they gas when they get into the playoffs?
You have to be. You know, and then nobody wants to get any goods from you because they are burnt out.
Mm.
See? And the ones that are on the bench, not tested.
Right. Right. Yeah, we said that earlier. So
So they're
you're saying you want to get rid of Tibbs?
absolutely. I've been saying that from day
Wow.
one. From day one. Guess what? Your player's gonna carry you to some point. But if you're not a coach's job is to make changes and
Right.
adjustments. I played semi-pro soccer.
Okay.
My father was a champion cyclist.
Nice.
And without any doubt, you gotta bring the young guys up. So whenever you call on them, they're ready.
I feel you. I feel where you coming. I get it. Like, and listen, I'm a Coach Tibbs guy. I ain't gonna cap. But I do hear you. Like, I understand where you got your frustrations because it does seem to be old habits, you know, that he's had that he's continuing to do. Like, and one of those habits is playing guys, running them into the ground. I agree. I agree with that.
You know he's not taking any advice from nobody, right?
Doesn't look. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't. I agree. It doesn't look. It's hard. Listen, I trust me. It's hard for me to even argue that point. You know. I do hope you're wrong because I'm a Knicks fan. You know, and I
I'm
want to win. You
I'm a
know.
big Knicks fan from
No, I know.
1970.
No, I'm not. No, I didn't say you
I,
wasn't. I'm just saying
I've,
at
I've,
me.
I've,
Yeah.
I've
Go
been
ahead.
down in the trenches. I've been
Mm-hmm.
there for the Jesse Dark and what's the one from France that never showed up? You know,
But you talking about was it Frederick Weiss?
Frederick Weiss. You know,
Oh God. Please
but
let's not go there.
I was always there for McAdoo and you know,
McAdoo, legend.
right. I've been there for all of them.
Respect. Respect. Man, so he signed a 3-year extension. So the only way Tibbs will go, like I mean, like in a short period of time, we would have to like probably lose in the first round, or like really regress like to a playing team. You know, outside of that, I don't see Tibbs losing his job this year. Now next year is you know, that's a whole nother thing. So
I prayed when I told everybody in my circle. I said, Randolph is not a good player. He's a
okay,
basketball player, but he's not a good player because he's selfish. Everybody was on my case. I said, all you have to do is watch the game.
mm,
Two of his guys will be cooking. And when you have a guy cooking, you're supposed to feed him until they could stop him.
facts.
And Randolph will come up and break it. He'll come up and take his shot because he didn't get his.
Nah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Let's go next.
And we're seeing it. Look, and we're seeing it with the Wolves. You know, the Wolves
Yeah, all
are a
right.
good
Because
team.
all right. So what I
But
opened and I said, if you do the same thing over and over, would he change? No, Tibbs is not changing. Randolph is not changing. And we're gonna see a repeat of this over and over again. You'll get some good games, and then the players will pull them through. That's why we're not gonna tank. Because
right.
we got decent players, we got good players,
Right.
but he's gonna break their hearts because a young player say, I ain't wanna go there because I ain't gonna never see light. Do what you can, but please don't get me on the Knicks because I will never see the light.
Wow. Wow. So what do you like? I know we can't predict the future, but what do you see happening? Do you think that Tibbs is going to get fired eventually, and then we got to rebuild? Is that what you're thinking? I know you don't want that to happen, but is where you going with this?
I need for a miracle to happen just like Randolph miracle happened and Towns came.
Oh, okay.
I wanted that miracle. Everybody was laughing at me. Oh, that ain't gonna never happen. It did. And
Okay.
guess what? We're gonna have a second one coming. Buy Tibbs, good while you lasted.
Wow. Okay. You know, I ain't mad at you, man. Man, great call. By the way, great call. Is this your first time on the channel, or you've been listening? You just never called in before?
I've been listening. This first time I called in,
Salute.
and I made sure I subscribed this time. But I've been listening.
I appreciate it, man. Yo, I'm just building, you know, one show at a time. I appreciate it. You out of Queens. I got family out of Queens, so you know it's a New York City thing, man. I appreciate the call. Hopefully this won't be your last time. I will be doing this show every Friday, 10:45. So, you know, and most Fridays there's a game, so there'll be something to talk about for sure. That's how we gotta do it.
I like people who's you gotta call a spade a spade.
That's a fact. You do.
And
You do.
there is no way everybody, oh, Tibbs is so no. He doesn't make any adjustments. I'll tell you something that is very unique. When Knicks call a timeout, 45 to 55% they lose the ball on the inbound pass.
Oh wow.
You know why? No preparation. I've been saying for years, look at Mitchell Robinson. I don't like him as a center. Yes, can he play center? Yes, but guess what? If you don't look at the basket, the other team, no, the only other thing you're going to do is pass it.
That's true.
So
That's
between
true.
5 and 4, every time you go on the offensive side. You're great in defense, but you don't even look at the basket. So therefore, I'm sure you're going to pass the ball.
Right. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. Man. Listen,
Even
man.
if you shoot the ball and you miss and you get a rebound, but
Yeah.
that's never going to happen because how many years have you been here? 6 years? How many times you shot the ball at the basket? I mean, a real shot.
Yeah, nah, very rare. Nah. Like if it's not like a dunk, like where he could dunk it,
Exactly.
he's not gonna go back up, but he's gonna pass it out.
That's right.
For
And
sure.
everybody's waiting for that pass.
Right. Yep. You're right. Definitely right. Man. Listen, some things I could push back on, but you know what? I'm let you get the light, get your light because you are saying some things that I can't act like I don't notice with Tibbs. You know, he's very stubborn in a lot of ways, and you know the things that he needs to do, which would be play the younger guys, expand the rotation. He's just not going to do it. Like I mean, you know, the house is on fire. He's still not going to. But like, no, the better analogy is like what you said with the fish. That was kind of wise. At first, I didn't know you were serious, but then when you was going with it, I said, okay, let me see where he's going with it because that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's a good point. Hard to argue with.
All right. Enjoy.
Thank you. Yo, salute. Like I said, hopefully you call in the future. I got your number locked in, so every time you call, I know who you are. And salute the Queens, New York
Right,
City.
the
Salute.
Trev. That's right, the Trev.
Let's go.
All right. Take care.
All right. Have a good night.
Good night.
Man, that was Trevor out of Queens, man. Salute to everybody that called up, man. Keep the calls coming. 646-995-8389. You know, this is the Knicks call up show. We talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Like Trevor just, you know, went on Coach Tibbs. And like I said, I'm a Coach Tibbs guy. He had a lot of good points. It's hard for me to argue at right now in this point in time. You know, Coach Tibbs is really like letting me down. I love the brother. Great. To me, he's a good coach. Like my dad, the OG Knicks fan. By the way, salute to my dad, the OG Knicks fan. I got to get him back on the channel. He said you can't be a great coach until you win the championship. He's a good coach. So until he wins the championship, he can't be a great coach. So salute to the OG Knicks fan, my pops. Let me see what you got saying in the chat. Let me see. I got MA911. I'm not sure how to say your name. I'm just going to say MA. Tibbs is Brunson, and he has his flaws, but other coaches suck more. I agree. There's definitely a lot of worse coaches. By the way, salute to Big Dog Talk Sports in the house. Thank you for rocking with me tonight. I would say, how about them Warriors, but I don't know if y'all won tonight. I know y'all won the other night. Did y'all play tonight? Hold on, let me check the NBA scoreboard to see what's going on. Because I was so focused on this show and the Knicks, I completely neglected the rest of the NBA. Oh, Magic got to win against the Raptors. Cavs beat the Mavericks, of course. Yo, I don't want to hate on the Cavs, but they got the Mavericks without Luka. And to be fair, that's been the theme of their season, bro. They got the Mavericks without Luka. Crazy. Warriors didn't play tonight. I know they won last night. So yeah, we gotta do a Warrior check. How we feeling with the Warrior? By the way, Big Dog, if you want to call up, call up. Did I lose my money? Because I got a bet with a Warriors fan that they won't make the playoffs. And they were doing so good early on, but then I started looking at these standings. I'm like, wait a minute. Is Golden State the 9th seed? I see they holding on to that 500 record. I see you, Big Dog. Let me see what you guys talking about in the chat. Let's see. Big Dog says Mavs without Luka. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Mavs without Luka. Yeah, it's greater. Oh, wait, hold on. You said Mavs without Luka is greater than with Luka? Nah, that's cap. That's cap. Because they had the little 6-2 record. Listen, don't fall for the hype. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. That's early in the year. Do you really think the Mavericks is going to do better without him? Man, the Mavericks. Look, matter of fact, I'm in research mode. This is the standings right now. All right. So Dallas is 6 right now, holding on for their dear lives, right? Because Minnesota might make a push. I know we was just talking about Randall, but how I look at teams, and salute to you guys if you was on the Knicks and 10 show, one of the things I look at is differential. Differential separates the boys from the men. You see that 1.7 from Minnesota? They've been holding around that +2 all year. So they're gonna hold this spot, but I think they're gonna move up. I think they're gonna pass Golden State because I still got the Golden State not making the playoffs. San Antonio, they solid, but they not ready. I can see Minnesota taking a leap into the 7-6 spot. Dallas is definitely gonna fall because look at this plus 4.6. Big Dog. Every time you come on this show, we're gonna look at Dallas, right? They plus 4.6. We're going to watch differential. Yeah, win-loss, that's cool. Watch that differential change. Watch it drop. I'm not sure how far it's going to drop, but that's what my prediction is for Dallas. They're not better without Luka. That's smoke and mirrors. And the Lakers, this is how I know, salute to Dusty, but this is how I know the Lakers ain't all that. Look, you see that minus 2.1 right there? Yeah, them Lakers ain't all of that. We'll see. Things change. Numbers could change, but I've been watching the whole year, and the Lakers has been around -2 the whole year. So, yeah, that's how I've been looking at these standings and stats. And one injury could change just like that. But look at the Eastern Conference. Miami getting ready to fall off because I heard they just suspended Jimmy Butler 7 games. So yeah, I might. But if they would have been all right, like with their chemistry and all of that stuff, Miami was a good team. They're a solid team. That plus 2.1, they've been holding that all year. Milwaukee, I don't know. They plus 1.2, but they've been on the minus way more than they've been on the positive side. I don't know. It's too iffy with Milwaukee. They could be good. They could be bad. But the Magic, I'm really impressed with them because, yes, they did do some plus-minus points, but differential points. But at the same time, they've been holding on to, they haven't dropped below 2. So until I see that, the Magics are okay. And they're going to get Paolo back soon. So that's just what my breakdown is on the East. And by the way, to all the Knicks fans, look at where we are. Yes, we did lose 0.6 in differential. We dropped from 8.3 to 7.7. That's fine. We still 9-1 in our last 10 games, right? We still got a good record. We still on the Celtics heels. Yeah, we dropped down 2 games, but it's okay. We right there. We right where we need to be. We right where we need to be. So it's not the end of the world. Let me be the voice of reason. And by the way, we just voted on the show, right? Make sure you guys, Knicks fans, diehard Knicks fans, salute to all the diehard Knicks fans. If you did not vote, I did this presentation showing how you guys didn't put Brunson at home. Did I have a call? I just want to have a call. Hold on, let me just double check this call. By the way, if you did call and I didn't answer, I always call back. Just double check these calls right quick. So I spoke to Trevor. Okay. And just double check. Number right here. No, I think I did speak to this person. Okay. So yeah, keep the calls flowing, guys. 646-995-8389 if you want to talk. If I did miss your call, because I can't tell if I got back to this person. I think I did though, but just give me a call back and I'll call you. By the way, let me see what this chat's looking. Jalen Brunson was bad. You know what, Gangstar? I want to say Jalen Brunson was bad, but when you really look at the game, it's hard to just put it on Jalen Brunson. Let me show you why I say that. The reason why I say that, as I pull back the game, so we can actually look at some numbers. You got to understand, the OKC Thunder is the #1 defense in basketball. I mean, they shut guys down. The only guy they didn't shut down this whole year was Giannis during the NBA Cup. And when he took off on them. Other than that, this OKC defense, I remember before Hartenstein was even there, when he was out with the fractured wrist, right? Broke his hand, whatever, right? I literally watched their first game or second game. It was one of the earliest games when they went up against Denver. And when I saw the defense on Jokic, yes, it was early in the season. Yeah, people wasn't in shape, this, that, and the third. When I saw them bottle up Jokic the way I did, and he's the best player right now in the league, I'm like, yeah, they could lock up anybody except Giannis. I'll be looking for the next Bucks OKC game too, because I want to see how they adjust to Giannis. He was giving them the business. But besides Giannis, this defense locks everybody down, especially perimeter players. They specialize in perimeter defense. So everybody, by the way, when my man earlier, I'm not sure if it was I think Mike was saying earlier how they got a whole bunch of guys you don't know. Let me tell you something about these guys you don't know. I know them. They all play defense. Like they don't have, this is probably the only team in the league where they don't have, and I think Houston too. This is the only two teams, Houston and them are the only two teams in the league, and maybe even Orlando. So those three teams in the league right now are the only teams where they don't hide nobody on defense. Nobody gets hit in nowhere. They all guard who they guard. Then, so you got Jalen Brunson, right? So first, we're going to send Dort at you. Then, we're going to send Wallace. Then, Isaiah Joe comes in the game. He's somebody that specializes in perimeter defense. Then, we might throw Wiggins on you. Like, you're going to see so many different looks defensively that if you're not solid, you're going to have a bad night. But when you look at Brunson's numbers, 9 of 23, 0 of 5 from 3, I'm more concerned about that. That's terrible. We got to do a better job shooting 3. The 4 for 6 from the free throw line was good, but it didn't really make an impact. You know, like, but he did have 9 assists, only 3 turnovers is not good. I can't argue for 3 turnovers. But besides the 0 of 5, Brunson didn't have that bad of a night. Now, in the clutch, he was gassed. In the clutch, they all were gassed. Typically, like, well, I'm not gonna say typically because this year he's been playing more minutes, but last year, I'm not sure if you guys remember, Brunson comes into the game like was at the 6-minute mark, 7-minute mark. Sometimes they bring Brunson in from the rip. Sometimes, 2 minutes go by in the fourth, Brunson in the game. So, yeah, Brunson, he was gassed. And that, like I said, OKC defense is for real. Like, not for play. Their defense is for real. Like, they're locking up everybody besides Giannis. Let me see what you guys talking about in the chat. By the way, this is the Knicks call-up show, 646-995-8389. Call up and let me know your thoughts. If I missed your call, call me back. I feel like I called everybody back, but I could have made a mistake. Let me see. AP, they were supposed to win this game. This absolutely blew this game. They're not ready for the big show. You know what, AP? It's hard to say they're not ready for the big show. And you know why? And I'll go back to research mode to say what I want to say, because when you look at the Knicks, right? They did beat some really good teams. I'm not gonna say really good team. I'm gonna say they beat good teams, right? Because there's only a couple of really good teams right now. I do think there's a lot of teams with potential that's not playing to their potential, right? Like the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think they're a way better team than their record, but you are who your record is. The Magic wins were tough. They got the third ranked defense, best defense in the Eastern Conference. All their injuries did not impact their defense, right? They're throwing 6'8" dudes at you, big guys at you. Who else they beat? They beat Orlando multiple times. They beat Denver. Don't forget the Denver game, right? 145, 118. Phoenix we can't really count because they didn't have two of their big three. But at the end of the day, we beat who's in front of us, right? We got in terms of how I calculate above 500 victories, right now we're 9-7 now because we lost tonight. So we're 9-7 against above 500 teams, and that's where you want to be. Are you going to win all the games? No. Was this game tonight disappointing? Hell yeah. I was so mad, but like I always say, I'm the objective Knicks fan. I can't come on here mad. I got to maintain a level head. Because what I did was I take notes after every game and I didn't finish it, right? Because I knew I had this show to do, but I just went and looked and I said, man, on my notes, every time I write in green, it's a win. So there's way more green than red. That's all you can ask for. Let me see. AP says Leon got to figure it out. It isn't Tom Thibodeau supposed to be this great defensive coach. That's a good point. I honestly can't tell you why the Knicks are bad defensively. You know what? I could give an answer. They're gonna say Karl-Anthony Towns. That's what they want to hear. Karl-Anthony Towns is not a defensive center, right? He's definitely not locking down at the basket. I don't think he's the worst defensive center. And when you look at defensive rating, his defensive rating is among the best on the team. And to be honest, he goes after whoever he's matched up with. They don't protect Karl-Anthony Towns. Maybe that's what we need to do. I'm not saying right now to change the starting lineup, but Precious Achiuwa getting 8 minutes. Maybe play Precious Achiuwa 22 minutes. Play him with Towns. Let Precious get some of the tougher assignments, to take the pressure off of him. I'm just saying. Hartenstein, though, I don't think Hartenstein was a world beater tonight. I think he did good on the glass. I don't remember how many points. Hold on, let me put the basketball back on. I don't even remember how many points Hartenstein had tonight. Yeah, Hartenstein had 4 points. Did have 14 rebounds, 7 assists. Pick and roll. I ain't gonna lie. He was running. He was setting some screens and passing off of them screens too. But he only had 14 points. So it wasn't like Hartenstein was giving Towns the business. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, and I said this is why you guys got to subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Because I definitely be dropping some jewels. When I said Towns, will be good at the center spot. It was a show talking about, I had like 10 reasons why Towns or something with Towns. I'm not sure if it was a center. Can't remember. Bottom line, I do remember what I said on the show. What I said was that Towns, you always need a good power forward with a good center. Like when you look in history, and especially the ones that won championships, the overwhelming majority of the centers had good power forwards, right? OG Anunoby is solid, but is he a power forward? You see, that's the thing. He's more of a small forward to me. So maybe you got to protect Towns more. And I'm hoping when Mitch gets back, you'll see a little bit more Mitch and Towns just to take the pressure off of Towns and put somebody that could take the tougher assignment at times. Of course, Towns will be the starter and Towns will get the most minutes. I'm just saying it'll help. It'll help the defense. The same way Precious came back, and hold on, let me see if I can get you on the screen right quick. The same way when Precious came back, we improved on defensive rating. Let me show you. Before Precious got there, we were like 20-something. Like 22, 19. We was like the low 20s, late teens, right? But when Precious got there, we went to 14. See that right there? We went to 14 in defensive rating. Who's to say that when Mitch gets back, he doesn't push us up another 5 spots? Now we top 10 in defensive rating. Who's to say that won't happen? By the way, we dropped the 3rd in offensive rating. Let me see what you're talking about, Big Dog Talk Sports. If Mitch can get healthy, the Knicks defense will greatly improve. That's a fact. That's a big time fact. All right, yo, 100. AP said, what iHeart. What iHeart did for us last year was those rebounds. I don't blame the Knicks for iHeart. That was CBA. Facts. I'll take Cat over iHeart every day. That's a big fact. OG was a small forward last year. Yes. Even though he did play some power forward, OG to me he'll thrive better at the small forward spot. Though he is playing better. I mean, his shooting kind of dipped. It's like roller coaster ride with his shooting. But I do think defensively, his stats will even look more tremendous because now he doesn't have to guard, these big, ugly power forwards. Let me see. Gangstar said we gave up tons of open threes like every game. That is a fact. Gangstar, that has been our Achilles heel, is 3-point defense. And I just had it up on the screen too. I didn't point to it, but look, I still got it right here. You see this? This is our 3-point against. This is what the opponent is doing against us. So yeah, we number 3 in 3-point and field goal. I'm sorry, number 3 in field goal percentage at 49%, right? But our opponents is shooting about 46%. Okay, that's not bad. But what about 3-pointers attempted? Right now we 12. We're moving up in 3-pointers attempted, right? And I'm sorry, 3-pointers made. We at number 12, which is good. We want to be higher, but look at our opponents. Right? We're 18th in opponents' threes. Our opponents are shooting what we're shooting, 13.6. Right? So, and then look at the attempts. 35, we want to get it to 40. But look, our opponents are shooting 37 threes. Percentage points wise, 38%, damn near 39%. We're number 2 in the league. But look at our opponents. They shooting, so bottom line is the 3-point defense, yes, we're edging out the opponents. But guys, it's the 3-point defense is terrible. I mean, it really is. The rotation, I'm not sure if they're not doing enough switching. It just looks bad, bro. Like, I mean, we got to pray the other team misses at this point. I'm riding with you. Salute to Darren in the house. He says Tibbs and JB cost us the game down the stretch. No ball movement went away from Bridges. Cat in the post. Yo, Bridges in the post was a major key. That's actually one of my game notables. And that's how you have to beat OKC. You have to beat OKC with size on the wing. Size on the wing. So before the season started, the starting lineup I always wanted was Precious at the 4 with Bridges and OG. This is before the season started. Relax. Because I think Josh Hart has to stay in the lineup. But at the same time, the reason why I wanted that lineup is because we're so big with OG and Mikal. It's going to be hard for these teams. Now, look at how you got to defend that. So now your point guard, Trae Young, has to guard Brunson, Mikal, or OG. And we've seen OG and Mikal take advantage of smaller guys. So, yeah, that was a major key, and we kind of went away from that. Yes, I do think OKC's defense, especially in the third quarter, to start the quarter when they got those 4 turnovers, it kind of took the Knicks out of what they were doing because the Knicks they began trying to force the ball inside. And bad things happen when you try to force the action. It should just flow more organically. Big Dog Talks. No, okay, I read that. Let me see. AP says, I don't believe Mitch. Host, what's your name? What do we call you? Oh, well, my name is The Objective Fan, but my name is Karan. You could call me Karan. Karan Pierre. By the way, if you want to check this out. So yeah, as you can see, I didn't even ask the designer to do this, but he put my name on there, Karan Pierre. That's my real name. And he said Karan Pierre, the Objective Fan. So yeah, you can call me Karan. Call me Karan Pierre, call me the Objective Fan. Whatever you want to call me, you can call me. So, but that's my new intro. Do you guys like it? I love it, man. It's fire, man. I could just play it all day. I listened to it like 10 times earlier. It just is like, man, I've been waiting, trying to get an intro for the longest now. So, bam. Yeah, just call me Karan. Call me the Objective Fan. Whatever you want. I'm cool with. Let me see. Salute to you, Darren. I appreciate the subscription, man. This is the Knicks call-up show. If you don't know, this is a call-up show for the fans. You know, right now we're talking about the game, and being that we're doing the show on Fridays, you know, there's a lot of games. I mean, for the next like 5 Fridays, there's gonna be games. So, but this show is not necessarily about games. Like as you can see, my man Trevor from Queens, when he called in, he was talking about Tibbs and how he thinks that Tibbs can't get the job done. So this show is about whatever you want it to be. You know, it's about whatever you want it to be. And yeah, AP, yeah, you could call me Karan, Jet the Fair, whatever you want to call me. I don't mind. But yeah, that's what this show is about, y'all. You know, this is the Nick Call Up show. So call up, keep the calls coming, and we rock out. I love talking to Knicks. This is what I do. I literally talk about the Knicks every day. I don't know how long. This is every day. Conversations, you know, whether we play or not. So it is what it is. But I know everybody, you know, is feeling some type of way about this game. And I don't like that because I feel like there's a difference between when we win and when we lose. And I just want you guys to talk Knicks, you know, even if the game doesn't go our way. Because I feel like there was a lot of dumping tonight. And it's okay to dump. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to dump. But we can't act like we're not 24-11. You know, Coach Tibbs can't be that bad. You know, he got us to 24-11. And please do not talk about the schedule because y'all don't do it for them Cavaliers, who also beat Dallas tonight without Luka. And I don't care what you say, big dog. The Dallas Mavericks is not better without Luka. That's a myth. AP says, I think Tibbs is a builder, not a finisher. That could be true. To be honest, he's never won a championship as a coach, as an assistant. Yes, he's been around greatness. He was, you know, assistant with the Knicks, and you know he's been around, you know, Boston. But at the same time, I think that the man, and you know what, I disagree. Hold on. You know, I disagree with the notion that Tibbs don't make adjustments. I really do disagree with that because one of the adjustments he's made is us becoming a top-ranked offense, shooting more threes. You know, when have you seen the Tibbs team shoot this many threes? You know, small basketball. He's played small before, but some of the things he is doing is different from what he is used to, like putting out, you know, a whole bunch of guys that are, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna say prioritizing offense. Let me just say that. Yeah, he's prioritizing offense more so than he ever did. Even when you look at the bench, right? Like you got Jericho Sims, who's been so good defensively, right? Now that Precious is back, why don't you play them together? Like it just don't make sense to me. Play Precious with Sims. You see how good Sims been, right? All the justification. Oh yeah, Sims, this, that, and the third. Great at defending the rim. So play him. Mitch ain't there yet. Play him. Right? So he's been to me, he's prioritizing offense more than he ever did. Now, in close game scenarios, that's the only standing stat that I have that's negative. Right? It's a negative stat with 6 and 7 against teams in close game scenarios. It is a lot of it is poor execution. Now, some of it is player mistakes. Like we can't forget Josh Hart fouling Kobe White. I'm pretty sure Tibbs said, do not foul him, but hard foul him. so it's not all on Coach Tibbs, right? Yeah, you give a lot of weight. Like tonight, I'm going to give more weight to this loss to Coach Tibbs. But to be honest, JB, what were you doing down the stretch? Then they started missing free throws. Now, yes, they missing free throws because they gassed. Okay, that goes back to Tibbs. But at the same time, he's not playing on the floor either. Right? He's not playing on the floor either. And also as a player who, not that I played in the NBA, but when you playing in games, man, sometimes you just go away. Like we could call the timeout and say, yeah, we're gonna do this. But when you in the game, bro, man, it's so much going on. It's hard to even for professionals to actually do what we say we're going to do, right? During the timeouts or whatever. So, or whatever the strategy is. Let me see. AP says, yeah, you can beat up on the bad teams, but to win the championship, you got to get past the good ones. Facts. And the Knicks just don't do that. Big game on the line. You just can't bet on them. But I'm going to say this. And, I don't want to be the stat man, right? But I got so many stats around me. This is last year's schedule, by the way. You see that? That's last year, right? Wow. 23-24, right? So last year at this time, matter of fact, I got it written more clearly somewhere else, though, too, though. So last year around this time, let's see, close games. Last year, close games. 5-6 record. Oh, I don't got last year. Last year, we wasn't that good in close games either. I'm going to keep it real. In fact, we're probably better this year in close games than we were last year. I already see a whole bunch of losses. We lost to Orlando in a close game last year. We lost to Dallas in the close game last year. We lost to Orlando twice. OKC again last year. They got us. We've always struggled with close games. So, I do think it needs to improve. But at the same time, it's better. I guess what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to look at it glass half full. It's better than last year. So maybe this isn't the year we don't win the championship. Okay. We got to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. I do think that that is the minimum. Because Dusty tried to say is the maximum. I'm saying it's the minimum. I think for us to continue with Coach Tibbs, and if he's really the guy for the job, he has to get us to the Eastern Conference Finals. If he does not get us to the Eastern Conference Finals, hot seat next year. Hot seat next year. Now, next year, maybe we get another piece. Maybe we get off of Mitch, we get another player, we improve the bench. A lot could happen next year. I know money, it might be a little tight money-wise. But hey, in Leon Rose, we trust. New York City salute to Leon Rose. So, maybe we can, make a move to improve the team or do something to help with us in close games. And now next year, we become that team that we want to see. Now we got 3 straight playoff years where we surpass, first round, second round, hopefully Eastern Conference Finals. And now we're ready. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that scenario. And when you look at it, right, and once again, now there's going to be a trade to come. Trust me, there's going to be a trade. There's going to be a trade. Somebody's getting, Jimmy Butler's going somewhere. He is not staying in Miami. They suspended him for 7 games. That's crazy. Right? So don't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if right now Jimmy Butler gets traded. Either way, when you look at this Eastern Conference, right? Forget the West, forget OKC. Okay, we're going to stick to the East. Outside of Boston, bro, and we got to see how we look against Cleveland because they keep winning. When you look at all these other teams in the East, if we get Cleveland in the second round, or if Cleveland sees Boston in the second round, let's say, just for example's sake, let's say we don't see Cleveland or Boston in the second round. Do you think Orlando, Milwaukee, Miami might be a different team? We don't know who they're going to have. So I'm just gonna skip them. The Atlanta Hawks. Now, some of you guys might be scared of Atlanta, right? Because they did beat us in the NBA Cup, and then they beat us twice this year, and they beat us a couple of years ago. I'm not scared of Atlanta because I know that playoffs is different from regular season, and they don't got players with playoff experience, right? They only got what, 2, Trae Young and Capella. The rest of those guys got no experience. And maybe the Bogdanovic, though, one of the Bogdanovic they got. He might have experience, but I'm not scared of Atlanta Hawks. Indiana Pacers, we owe them. Detroit Pistons, they're not making it. Out of these teams, you guys don't think we could beat these guys in the playoff? Like, realistically, I know we bummed out by tonight, but you don't think you could beat the Atlanta Hawks in the playoff series? You don't think you could beat? And then Philly might be up there too. Can't forget about Philly. They might creep up there in the play-in. So all I'm saying is Eastern Conference Finals is something that is highly realistic. Now, if we do get this, because right now we would be seeing Boston in the second round if we advance. That could be a little scary. I ain't gonna lie. The Celtics, I'm the objective Knicks fan, right? Right now, head-to-head with the Celtics, I got the Celtics beating us. Do I see a way that we could win? Yes. Do I think the Cavs can beat us? No. I need to see it. I have no faith in Cleveland, any Cleveland team, okay? The truth still, the Cleveland Guardians, the Cleveland Browns, the Cleveland Cavaliers, without LeBron, I have no faith they're going to do anything. Let me see what you guys talking about the chat. Celtics the only team to beat in the East? Facts. 76ers are trash. I don't know. You know what? 76ers show me that if they got the big 3 healthy, they might be a problem. Not for us, but I'm just saying they show flashes like, yo, they could be all right with those. The only problem is we don't see them. They get every other day they get hurt. And so, more than likely you won't get a healthy Sixer team. But I do got something that's interesting. It's not Knick related, but how do you feel about the Heat going to the Sixers and Paul George going to the Heat? I think that move might help both teams. What do y'all think about that? Because I think Jimmy Butler will bring the toughness to the Sixers that they've been missing, and maybe he be the only one to get Embiid in shape. Like, yo, Embiid, smack him in the head. Dude, what are you doing? I think Butler's probably the only dude in the league that can do that to anybody, right? And then you send Paul George to Miami, and Miami, you know how they like to play. They want to spread him out, try to move the ball around, screening rolls. Paul George, doing his thing, how he does it, hitting threes. Hero now becomes the man, right? Give the keys to Hero, because I'm hearing there's some discrepancy with Hero. That might be a trade, and the money works out. And because the Sixers will have the money to give, Butler whatever he's looking for. Not that I care about either team, because they both the ops, but I'm just saying, that's a trade I might consider. I was just thinking about, I don't know. What do I know? I'm a Knicks fan. Let me see AP. I think everybody thinks Cleveland is it Cleveland 2 years ago. They got Kenny Atkinson. Now, yes, AP. I'm not sleeping on the Cavs. The Cavs are a really good team. They're not OKC defensively. OKC literally beat us tonight because they are OKC defensively. If OK's defense was suspect or they didn't have the perimeter defense, we kill OKC. But because their perimeter defense is so good, Towns didn't even get a 3. Somebody said that earlier. Brunson was struggling. Brunson going up against 5 different dudes. Cleveland's not going to be able to do that. Defensively, they're good on the interior. So Towns, I think Towns still smoke them, but on the inside, the Cavs is phenomenal defensively. Phenomenal. It's hard to do anything against that defense. Ask Giannis. Yeah, they didn't stop Giannis, but they was able to slow him down because they had 2 guys that can match the physicality, not the athleticism, but the physicality. Now, the Knicks are perimeter centric. Outside of towns, we got a whole bunch of perimeter dudes that'll light you up. And I think defensively, the Cavs will struggle, especially on the perimeter, because Dean Wade, they're going to try that again on Brunson. Let's see that again. I want to see them come again with Dean Wade guarding Brunson. I guarantee you it's going to be a way different look. And then now Donovan Mitchell or Garland's going to have to guard Bridges. And I see them running more action for Bridges, like in that little mid post, low post, whatever post. I see Bridges operating there. And if Bridges is operating there, oh boy, good luck. Garland and Mitchell going to be in for a long night because they're not going to be able to guard him in that mid post. They're going to have to help. And you know what happens if you help? That ball going to move. We still the number. I know it look crazy because some nights we ain't got it, but we are still the number 3. Well, we might drop the 4, but we still, either way, we still a top 3-point shooting team in the league. So I think that because the perimeter defense for the Cavs, to me, is suspect. And also in the playoffs, we see Darius Garland's disappearing acts. I need to see that not happen. Until I see that not happen, where you get up in there with a real team, not a baby Orlando team that never been to the playoffs, right? I want to see that against a real team with real veterans. So I'm not saying the Cavs can't beat us. I'm not saying it's out of this world for it to happen. I'm just saying when I look at the way the game is going to be played, especially in the playoffs, man, it's going to be some battles, bro. And I just don't think that the Cavs perimeter defense against see, here's another thing too with the Cavs. And I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm from Kings County. You know what I'm saying? New York City's finest. You know how we do. Look, I have no hate. I don't have a hateful bone in my body. But if you find me 5 good Cleveland Cavalier wins, I'll give them their props like they're the number 1 team. They're beating teams. They got just good luck, bro. How you get Dallas without Luka. Like, and you could literally go through their schedule and see. And I don't want to be a nitpicker, but they beat us. They're playing good teams, but they're playing good teams that's not 100%. Yes, a lot of people are not 100%. But let me see them do that to OKC. Did they play OKC yet? I don't even remember. They played OKC. I know they lost. Okay, they got a loss to the Heat, the Hawks twice, and the loss to the Celtics. But they did beat the Celtics. But they beat the Celtics without Brown. Just saying, like every single win, you could say, "Oh, well, without this, they didn't play OKC yet." Let me see them do that to OKC. I can't even say the Rockets right now because the Rockets don't got Eason and Smith. Right? Not to say the Rockets still don't got a good team, but Eason and Smith do a lot defensively for Houston. How many of you guys remember that Rockets game? So when we look at the Cavs, man, I mean, look, they beat the Bucks, they beat the 76ers, and let me see if the 76ers had their squad. Did the 76ers even have their squad? Let's look. No, Embiid didn't even play that game, right? I'm not in research mode, but I really don't want to be this petty. But when you look at the Sixers wins, right? I mean, the Cavaliers wins, they beat the Mavericks without Luka. I don't remember this Laker game. Was the Lakers healthy? Let's look. Okay, so they beat a full strength Lakers, right? All right. I think they beat the Lakers twice too, by the way. I think they played the Lakers early. Okay, so you beat the Lakers. They beat the Warriors. I mean, the Warriors was a team that's sliding and falling. I don't have the Warriors making the playoffs. I made a bet early when the season started, and they beat the Warriors. You want to give them credit for the Warriors? Okay. And I think they beat the Warriors twice too. Because I remember when the Warriors was playing really good, they had a showdown to see who was for real, right? They beat the Nuggets. Salute to, I'm not going to give them a salute. But I'm going to say this. They beat the Nuggets. Something that we did in Denver. Okay, cool. They beat the Nuggets. All right. When we beat the Nuggets, they said we didn't have Gordon. When they beat the Nuggets, they didn't have Gordon. Jazz, Sixers, Bucks, Nets, Wizards. Lost to the Heat. By the way, the same Heat team I told y'all that I think had potential. Even though they're going to break the team up, I thought the Heat had potential. They lost to the Heat. They beat the Hornets. They beat the Nuggets twice. Okay, cool. I give them credit for that. Nuggets twice. Wizards. Celtics. Without Brown. Right? Just to show you I'm not capping, I watch a lot of basketball. I saw this game. Brown wasn't there. They got Sam Hauser, who's fool. By the way, I'm letting you know right now, when you watch the Boston Celtics play, look at who is food for the Celtics. If Al Horford or Sam Hauser is starting, you know that's not the real Celtics you're going to see. You're going to see a half a Celtic, all right? Because these two guys on the defensive end are food. Let me see. What did Mobley have? Oh, Mobley didn't really do much. Okay, Mobley didn't really do much this game. But Garland, 22 points, 8 assists. Mitchell, 35 points. The defense ain't the same. It's not the same, bro. So, yeah, all right, they beat Boston. You want to give them credit for that? No problem. All right? They lost to the Hawks twice. What happened that game? And then we seen they lost to the Celtics. By the way, they beat the Raptors, Pelicans, Hornets, Bulls, 76ers, Bulls, Nets. And this Warriors win. This is when the Warriors was good. So that's all, man. I'm not trying to dump on these dudes, man. I'm not trying to dump on these dudes. But I'm just saying, like, when you want to look at, because some Knicks fans look at our schedule and say, oh, the Knicks got soft touches. But Cleveland has soft touches all year, bro. But they're a great team, so let us just be great. That's all. Let me see. Big Dog Talk Sports says, by the way, guys, we got to vote. All right? We got to vote every day. NBA.com. Right? I didn't even promote my stuff yet. I've been promoting this voting thing like the NBA's paying me to promote it. I just want Brunson to start, man. Like, yo, y'all got to vote, man. Let's vote. Like, it's not enough voting from Knicks fans, man. How this brother, we got the most fans in the biggest market, but he only got 477,000 votes. I'm talking about Jalen Brunson, right? If you didn't see it, I'll put it back on the screen. How does he only have 477,000 votes? It's ridiculous. Get out there and vote, man. Let me see Big Dog Talk Sports. Philly chose Tobias Harris over Jimmy. Jimmy don't want to go over there. But was Daryl Morey there? I don't think Daryl Morey was there for that. I don't remember. Was he there? How long was Daryl Morey in Philly? I don't know. That ain't my business, man. I'm a Knicks fan. I'm riding with the Knicks. I'm just saying. I just think that trade will work for both teams. Because Philly got the money. And Philly, they're known for throwing money at old guys over the hill. That's what Philly does. Let me see. Gangstar Darius Garland chokes in the playoffs. Facts, Gangstar. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, Cleveland really has to show me, one, they could be the real team in the playoffs, right? In a series. Not a baby by Magic team that never been there, right? A team, the Magic, to me, is one of the most interesting teams in the NBA. They're so good at home. Like, their home court advantage is, I don't know what they're doing in Orlando, but you cannot beat Orlando in Orlando. You just can't beat them. I don't know what they're doing. I'm trying to figure it out. I have no clue. But on the road, food. And the Cavs got to show, man, the Cavs they did win in Boston. They did get a win in Boston. But at the end of the day, the Cavs got to show me they could be the real team in the playoffs. Not one game. Let me see. I need to see the Knicks start being good teams. The way they lost this game today. They should get votes tonight. Yo, AP, you want to know something funny? I was like, damn, I got to tell these people to vote. And we lost. Yo, I was like, damn, they ain't gonna want to vote. But listen, it's one, guys, 24-11. I'm the voice of reason, man. At the end of the day, when you look at my note sheet, man, you see all them green right there? I know my handwriting is not that good. Let me see if I get it in the center. So all that green right there, I know you can't understand it. I can. Green is good. Red is bad. A lot more green than red, man. Vote for the captain, man. He's still your captain, bro. That's just your captain. They're trying to tell you he's only good enough to get 400,000 votes, bro. This is ridiculous. 477,000 votes is ridiculous. I'm sorry. Where is the fan base? We got the most fans. I'm going to zoom in. 477,000. Nah, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Salute to Towns. Towns doing this thing. You see that? But I don't even think this is Knicks fans. I think these are just Towns fans. I don't think this is Knicks fans voting. I really don't. Because if you voting for Towns, how you not voting for Jalen Brunson? That don't make no sense. Get your vote on. By the way, I've been promoting the voting stuff all night, man. I'm gonna as you get the wind down, so you guys are not calling in. You guys can still call 646-995-8389. We did have a whole bunch of calls earlier too. Salute to everybody that called then. But since we're not doing that, hold on. Wow. At least we could do this. Listen, I know look, I know the captain, he didn't have a good game, but he's still your captain. He still deserves to be a all-star starter. This is the Captain 11 line to salute our captain, Jalen Brunson. You can get this merch exclusively on shop.theobjectiveknicksfan.com. You can go there. You can get one of these mugs. Captain 11 mug. I got it in white. This is the monochrome edition. And if you look closely, you can see the New York City skyline inside the lettering. It's fire. Go get it now. Shop.theobjectiveknicksfan.com. You can drink your coffee. See, that's the white one that just flashed up on the screen. You can drink your coffee, your tea, whatever you like to do. I just got water in there because I'm a water drinker. Yeah, so. But let me see what else you guys talking about. AP said I voted at least 5 times. Salute to y'all. And by the way, to you guys listening, I know you guys, because you're on the Knicks channel, so most of you guys probably would vote. However, I'm saying this to the people that's not voting and the people that probably will see this video that doesn't even know how to vote, because I did a poll earlier today. And like a lot of people said, the reason why they think that Knicks fans are not voting is because they don't even know how to vote. So if you go back early in this video, I did an actual demonstration. And maybe I might clip it and post it. But I did an actual demonstration how you can vote. So, you know, it's no excuse not to at this point. You go to NBA.com and get your vote in, man. Let me see if I get this poll up right quick. So, yeah, look, I'm going to show you guys. So this is a poll I did earlier, right? And basically, the recent tally for the NBA All-Star fan vote has been released. And Jalen Brunson is currently in 4th place, trailing LaMelo Ball. Crazy. He's trailing him by 500,000 votes. Come on. Y'all got to stop. Why can't Brunson get more support from Knicks fans when they have the largest fan base? Let's see what they said. We got 66 votes, right? I'm going to say Knicks fans don't care enough. 60% of Knicks fans say Knicks fans don't care enough. And 30% said they don't know how to vote. So if you're one of the 30% that don't know how to vote, all you got to do is go to NBA.com. I'm not going to re-demonstrate it, but you go to NBA.com, you click right here, and bam, you can vote. All right? And you know what? Since I could vote again, I'm just going to vote again. Why not? Towns, I select only Knicks, right? You could do whatever you want, but you should be only selecting Knicks. Mikal Bridges, right? And then you select, where's he at? Did I pass him? Nah, he's not that far down. Hold on. I select Mikal Bridges. Hold on. Let me go back up. Mikal, where's OG at? And I typically select OG Anunoby. I know he's not this far down. Am I blind? Oh, yeah, right here. Okay, cool. Boom. Yeah, I scrolled past him. Wow. So, look, you got your 3 front court picks. OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Karl-Anthony Towns. Then you go to the East. Jalen Brunson. Pow. Right? He's at the top. And then I scroll down till I get to Josh Hart. Trying not to pass him. I know he's not with Alec Burks. Hold on, let me go up. Yeah, Josh Hart. Bam. Review picks. Straight Knicks starting 5. You could vote for the West too. I'm not in this demonstration. Bam. There you go. Done. Simple. How long did that take me to do? I wasn't even trying to do a demonstration. 2 seconds. Do it once every day. I got 2 accounts. I'm about to do it for my other account. Not right now, but I'm going to. So yeah, we gotta take advantage. We got the most fans, man. AP said he had to create an account. Yeah, the create an account that might take an additional 5 minutes. Cause you know what it is. They don't want you to spam. They don't want you to spam. So, because a lot of people, they be spamming and stuff like that. Karan, you know the NBA shaving votes. Ooh, where my man Sam at? First off, salute to Sam. So when we get into the conspiracy stuff, normally it's just me and Sam, but I'm gonna rock out with you. I was thinking that maybe there could be some hate by the league, but the only reason why hate by the league don't make sense to me is because the Knicks, they know the Knicks is the number 1 market, right? They know that you need New York City to have limelight. The more limelight New York City gets, the bigger everything is. So that's the only reason why I don't think they would shave, because to be honest, I mean, when you look at the dudes that's in the top, first off, Dame Lillard is not even in the top 2, right? They got Mitchell and Ball, two small market teams. How many people actually watch Cleveland play? If you're not like a diehard NBA fan, you're not watching the Cavaliers play like that. I mean, they probably did get more national TV games. I know they might have put them on more NBA TV games, but the Cavs wasn't getting games like that on national TV. They really wasn't. So you would I don't want to sound New York centric and biased, even though I am sort of New York centric, even though I'm the objective fan. But if I'm going to rig it, I would rig it for the Knicks. I will try to get 3 Knicks up there. So it could be, the Knicks, the first time the Knicks ever had 3 starters. But you know what, AP, you could be right, though. It could be the reverse. It could be the reverse. If JB was on the Mavs, he would be getting votes. Facts. I agree with that. Even though Luka's the only one getting votes, but Kyrie, no, I'm wrong. Look at Kyrie. 500. How Kyrie Irving, salute to Kyrie. All right, Kyrie's a great player. But how does he have more votes than Brunson? Yes, he has a bigger name, but I mean, come on, man. I'm just saying. Yeah, to me, they got to. It's on us. I'm still putting it on Knicks fans because, we got Melo in there, right? Like 4 years, Melo was in there. I'm like, yo, you can't get Brunson in there once? Yeah, you got Towns. But like I said, I don't think that's Knicks fans voting for Towns. I really don't think that's Knicks fans voting for Towns. Because I can't see the rationale of a Knicks fan voting for Towns but not voting for Brunson. Like, how do you go to the NBA All-Star app and start voting for ops? Like, all these guys are Knicks opponents. I don't care about being, objective in that case. If you are going to vote for other people, at least vote for your people, too. Right? So I vote all Knicks. I don't care. Call it what you want. I'm voting all Knicks. Now, West Coast, I do vote for the West Coast. Sometimes I vote for KD, right? I vote for Jokic. I vote for Wemby. I think Wemby should be an all-star. And then I vote for Ant-Man because I like Ant-Man. And I vote for SGA because SGA, I mean, you seen it tonight. That brother, SGA, he's incredible. Oh, yes, let's go. Sam. What's up with you, Sam? You here. What do you think? Are you riding with the conspiracy that they're shaving the votes? Are they shaving the votes so that that Jalen Brunson won't get in there because He's undersized, right? His game is not as flashy as LaMelo Ball. His game is not as flashy as Donovan Mitchell, right? He don't shoot from the logo like Dame Lillard. Do you think it's a conspiracy? It's a conspiracy that the league won't push Jalen Brunson to be a starter. That's what we talk about. And Sam agrees. Yeah, we don't need to do that. Nah, big dog. You're right. Kyrie is balling. I agree. And Kyrie is Kyrie though, because like my nephew is a Knicks fan, right? So he loves Kyrie Irving. Now, Kyrie was with the Nets, so I thought he was a Net fan, but my nephew was like he a Knicks fan. So I'm like, yo, how do you like Kyrie Irving so much when you a Knicks fan? He's not even with the Nets no more. Yes, he's from Jersey, but he don't know about that. He, like my nephew's only, 10, 11 years old. He don't know about that. So why do you like Kyrie Irving, but you don't talk about Jalen Brunson? He's talking about all these other guys. Darius, he actually had the audacity. My nephew had the audacity to tell me that Kyrie Irving and Darius Garland are his two favorite guards. I was lost. I'm like, how are they your two favorite guards, but you a Knicks fan, and you got the best point guard in the Eastern Conference? I know he didn't look like it tonight, but consistently he has been the best team and point guard in the Eastern Conference. His team has more success. LaMelo Ball's team, how many wins does the Hornets have? How many games did LaMelo play? Like, are we, the Charlotte Hornets have 7 wins. 7 wins. LaMelo Ball has played in how many games? How many games his brother played in? How does he get the number 1 vote? Yes, I understand is the fans are voting for him. Look, he didn't even play. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. But either way, yeah, I get it. It is a popularity contest, and that's why I'm glad they made it 50-50. Because remember, back in the day, it used to be just straight fans. But now it's like 50% fans, 50% media. Oh, wait a minute. We got a call. Hold up. Yes, who's calling? Who's on the line?
Yo, it's Sam.
I know it's Sam. I see you. For some reason, you got call ID. Salute to my man Sam.
No. Yo,
and you upstate, right?
Conspiracies, you know that. What's
I
that?
know. You calling from upstate, right?
Yeah, from Syracuse.
Yep, so Sam from upstate. Salute to Sam. Go ahead. Yeah, I know we love conspiracies. Only me and you can do this on this channel. Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, so just so you know, I'm born and raised in Manhattan.
Okay. Salute.
Right? I
Salute.
went to high school in the Bronx. I think I told you that. Been
Yeah.
living
Yes.
in Syracuse, probably. Yeah. Okay.
I remember that.
So
Yep.
just to get that out of the way. Been a Knicks fan since '94. Yo, so conspiracy theories. Yes. I'm
Let's
all
go.
for it.
Let's go. Let's go.
I think why LaMelo is top of the list. Yes, flashy, and 2, I went to Dick's Sporting Goods to look for sneakers, and they got his sneakers on the shelf.
Right. He got the sneakers. Yeah. He got his. Yeah.
He's gaining popularity. So my
Big
son
star.
was in basketball, and one kid showed up with LaMelo Ball sneakers on.
Yep.
I'm not hating. I like them.
No
I'm
hate.
just saying They're tapping a market, right? So if kids are voting and they got his sneakers, they're going to vote for him.
Yes. Nah, you're right. And you know what? It is the kids, because the kids are the ones that's voting. That's true. That's what it is, Sam. Like, so us older people, we're not voting. Like, it's the 14-year-old. Because look, hold on, I'm gonna put it back on while we talking. Because the crazy part about it, Sam, right? When you look at the list, it's nothing but young dudes on there LaMelo Ball. Like, kids is watching, like kids is buying his sneakers up. Like you said, they come to the stores with his shoes on, right? That's that generation right there. Okay, Donovan Mitchell.
Dame got sneakers.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell's got sneakers. Yep.
He got sneakers, right? Dame is up there too. I mean, he's not with the younger generation, but they rock with him. That's still Dame time.
Sneakers either.
But nobody's buying the sneakers. That's a fact. But he managed to get the 700,000 votes. But yeah, I mean, that's what it is, man. That's a good point. I didn't even think about it like that. I didn't even think about it like that. But still, but for him to have twice as many votes, but twice as many votes as Brunson though, like double them.
That's wild.
Yo, like that's crazy to me. But yeah, not that. Good point, Sam. Yeah, you always got level-headed commentary.
So two things about that too, right? So my comment, I said, New Yorkers are too busy. They stuck in traffic. They're stuck in the subway. People got jobs. They're not voting. Like, I'll watch the game. I'm not saying me, right? But I'm like, somebody will watch the game and then that's it. Or they're watching highlights or they're watching the Sports Center. So I think the other thing too is the flashiness, right? So LaMelo Ball is flashy.
Yeah.
And nobody's, if the kids that are not paying attention to the games or to the standings or what team is doing better, they're thinking LaMelo Ball's flashy. Dame hits threes from the logo.
Yeah. Donovan Mitchell flies. Spin moves in the lane, all of that.
Dude, he's like 6'2". Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Dunking.
Yeah. Dunking the ball. Yeah.
To be honest, dude, I mean, Brunson's my favorite player, as he should be. Except he's boring to watch.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he doesn't have the flash.
From a casual fan.
Right. And he's 6'2".
Student of the game.
He don't jump, right?
Student of the game. Yeah, right. He's bumping. It's boring.
Yep. If you're not in the hoops like that, it is boring.
Right. And you're not a lifelong fan.
That too.
You know, we're crossing our fingers and praying for us to deliver some superstar like Brunson to the Knicks so we can have some good seasons.
Right.
These kids are not looking for that.
They're
not
not
a flashy player. And I've always said that. I was like, I want a Knicks player to have a signature shoe so I can rock a signature shoe for the Knicks.
Facts. I almost got the Julius Randles too. You know, I was going to get him.
I thought about that too.
But he got traded.
You don't want to rock no Skechers.
That too. I was going to let that ride though. But he got traded, so that kind of saved me from getting them $160.
I agree with you.
Skechers.
I was gonna do the same. Skechers, yeah. And Embiid wears those too, I think. So forget
Embiid. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, no, I think about the sneakers that the Ewings. I always look at the Ewings too because I'm thinking like, let me rock the Ewings, but just get the. I don't know. We're getting off topic here about the sneakers, but no.
There is no time. Look, hey, this is the Knicks call up. The topic is what you want it to be. The game only because it's a game. That's why we got to talk about it. That's why I don't like going live after games because if the game don't go the way we want it to, oh boy, the whole show is gonna be So yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. Take us off that.
About the game too. I thought. Remember, I asked you in the Discord.
Yes.
Who do you think is going to break the streak? And you said the Knicks are going to continue the streak. And I didn't say nothing in the Discord, but I disagreed because I thought the Thunder were going to win. After watching those 3 quarters, I'm telling my buddy, I was texting my buddy in Brooklyn, and he's like, a great first half. And I said to him, I hope they keep it up. I was expecting a slow third quarter. That didn't happen. So I'm thinking, we're going to win. And they clamped down on the defense, and we weren't getting calls on either end of the court. I think, right?
Yeah.
I think OKC, they weren't getting calls either. So that's fair. I'm just saying that I was expecting a win. It's a statement game, right?
Yeah.
You got the 2 biggest streaks. Top tier in the league, right? The Knicks are 4th in the league.
Yep.
It's a statement game. So I was hoping to pull out a win. Was that game nationally televised?
Yeah, it was on NBA TV. No, NBA TV. Some people don't consider NBA TV national televised. I do because
it's not right.
But like when you really think about it, TNT, it became national TV, but there was a time where everybody didn't have cable. So when them games was coming on TNT, everybody, but yeah. So I get it.
Yeah, I think all the signs pointed to this being an important game.
No, it was because you know why it was for me though. Hartenstein. I don't like Hartenstein.
Too. Yeah, just
He talked too much, man. He just he did like he made a comment before the game talking about Hart's talking, and I'm like, but your Hart's talking because you're talking. Like he's talking too. It's like we're both talking. Like
Right.
Go ahead. I don't want to cut your bill.
With the Trey Young throwing the dice, he wouldn't have let him do that.
Yeah, why are you saying
Why do you
that?
even have to comment on that? Right, exactly. Like you're the toughest one on the team, and you're not on the team anymore, so the team is soft. Is that what you're trying to say?
It's a slight.
Run with that narrative about Cat being soft. Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly. That's the subliminal, conspiracy. You got a conspiracy hat, so
Subliminal.
that's the subliminal diss, and that's why Josh Hart stays on him like that, because Josh Hart ain't going for it.
Right.
So now he want to get on the media and say, "Oh yeah, Josh Hart. I want to see everybody besides Josh Hart, because he's the only one that's putting the pressure on you." But go ahead.
And did you see when Brunson? I think it was a foul call. Brunson had the ball, and Isaiah Hartenstein came from behind to grab the ball, and Brunson elbowed him, and then looked at him in the corner of his eye, kind of smiled.
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I saw. I saw that. Yeah, it's the subtle things of the game. That's why I like watching the games twice too. Because if I did miss that, I do want to see that.
Word. Yeah, so Brunson, I think he don't play like that during the games. Maybe
no, not during the game. Yeah, not during the game.
During the game, he don't play that.
Yeah, his focus is for real. That's why, I know he didn't deliver tonight, but it's still, Captain 11, right? That's the captain. He didn't have the great finish. Yeah, he didn't show up against the Hawks as well. But tonight, I'm not gonna put it all on him because they all were gassed. You know what I'm saying? 40 minutes for the whole starting five. How often do you see that in the regular season?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we just we're spoiled, right, with Brunson, and I thought that too. When he started going ISO, I'm thinking like he's gonna take over, and it didn't happen.
Right.
And then he had those 2 turnovers, and I think that let the gas out.
Exactly.
Right. He just lost like all what's that term? He was demoralized, I think, a little bit. Like too much physical defense, and again, all signs point to we were going to lose that game.
And another key thing too.
All signs point to the important game.
Another key thing too. I'm gonna try to get the score back up there real quickly. When you look at the box score for OKC, right? Because you could say, oh well, 40 minutes on your side, the other team is tired too. No, they're not. Right? Jalen Williams played the most minutes, 38 minutes. He played the whole fourth, but remember, he rested in the third quarter, and he started the fourth. So he had the energy to run and do all the things that he was doing. Right? Hartenstein, 31 minutes. SGA, 37 minutes. But he came into the fourth, had time to rest, and then he did what he had to do to execute. Lou Dort, 33 minutes. Cason Wallace, 33 minutes. These guys are getting more. They have more energy down the stretch to execute their game plan and turn it up a notch because they are the number one defense. And no matter how you want to cut and slice it. Even though you look at their roster, right? They have 2 guys that are over 6'6", right? With Jalen Williams, the big Jalen Williams, and Isaiah Hartenstein, but they still one of the best teams in blocks. How is it?
Right.
Because they got a whole bunch of dudes that they all defend, no weak links. But yeah, go ahead. I don't mean to steal your thunder.
Yeah, no, my dude in Brooklyn said they're a young team, and that was a good point. But I didn't know about those minutes. I think that's more of a reason why we gassed that. Well, they clamped down on the fourth because they got the rest in the third.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. That's what it was. So that's why I'm looking at minutes and I'm like, they start missing free throws. The 3-ball, they was 34.1% from the 3-point line heading into the fourth. They finished at 28%.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about two things. Did you see the last timeout? The body language and that last timeout.
Oh, demoralized.
So when you rewatch the game,
Yeah,
watch that last timeout.
demoralized. They're demoralized. Like they
physically
yeah,
and mentally. Yeah.
yeah, both. Yeah.
And
Probably more mentally too.
yeah,
probably more mentally because you're up 12 at halftime. You do a good job in the third. You're up 8, right? You won the rebounding battle. Remember, that's the one stat we've been looking at all year. They won the rebound battle and you still lose. You only turn the ball over 12 times and you still lose. Like it's the late game execution that, and Tiz is my guy, but you're 6 and 7 in close games. Late game execution. You're losing games you should win. It's just Go ahead.
And getting frustrated with the physicality, I'm sure.
Yeah, oh yeah. And the calls, not getting calls
And the
with
calls.
physicality.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all encompassing. All that goes hand in hand. And I was thinking about the threes that were missed.
Yeah.
Bridges missed a 3, OG missed a 3, Brunson missed a 3, and I'm like, tired legs.
Tired legs. It has to be. It has to be. I know we don't want to make that excuse, and they all going to say, "Oh no, we're good."
I think it's, I don't say I don't use them being tired or anybody being tired in the game as an excuse. I think my point, like I said it in the chat, it's not that so much that they're tired, like they can't, I think it's an excuse if you play 30 minutes and you're tired. That's an excuse. If you play 30 minutes and you're tired, that's just reality. And not only that, but that means your lack of depth, right? Your lack of depth on the bench or trust, right? I said that in the chat too. Somebody else said it too. Tibbs doesn't trust the bench.
Right.
For good reason, right? They're young or they don't prove themselves. They make mistakes that I don't see, right? But he's a lifelong coach. I don't see those mistakes, those defensive mistakes. I was reading something about, I don't know if it was in your chat or somewhere, or I read it somewhere else about Huck Porty not playing defense properly. I think it was maybe something you had said about that. Like during drop coverage, he was doing the wrong thing.
Oh,
yeah.
That
during the game, right? I don't see that during the game, but Tibbs knows it. And as soon as you mess up, he pulls you right out.
Right. He had the one. That's what it was. He had the one play where he made a mistake and Tibbs pulled him from the game. And I'm like, come on, dude. That's not how you learn. No, I can't tell him how to coach. But
right.
And
I think it's tough, right? Because I try to put myself in his position because he's got a job to do.
Right.
So if he makes the wrong decision, that's you're messing up at work.
Yeah.
Forget about, NBA. Like he's got a job. Like what are your tasks? Well, I got to put the right people in so we can win the game. So if I put somebody in and say they make mistakes and we lose the game, you can't say like, well, he's got to learn. It's like, no, that's not your job. Yes, and
exactly.
That's Huck Porty's job to learn.
Right.
And the training staff to get him to play up to par. But I don't think, in my opinion, that's Tibbs's job to do. During the game, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So
crazy. Go ahead.
I could come up with an analogy, right? It's like a good example, and maybe this is dumb to talk about. Like right now, we're in a snowstorm up in upstate in Syracuse, right?
Oh wow!
And I work for a utility. So if the power goes out, we send people out to do a job. We got to restore power. We're not going to send people who don't know what they're doing out there to restore power for people, right? We're going to send the most experienced people. And they say, well, they have to learn. Well, they're going to learn some other time, not on my time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like this is just a regular season game, right? It's not. I think that's always the argument is like, well, they have to get their time. I get it. But their time, guess what? Sorry, it's going to be garbage time. You got to make the best of garbage time. And I think that's what Miles, nobody calls him that, Deuce.
Yeah, Deuce.
Who did he tell? Who did he tell that to? Huck Porty, right? He said, this
Yeah.
is your time.
Yep. This is your time. I remember that clip. Oh.
Yep. And he's
And-
right. And I think that we have, I mean, I don't know. It's like we have this idea that Dadier is going to save the games. And I don't think maybe, right? He hasn't had a chance to do it. And that's what people want to see.
Exactly.
At least in the chat, right? But
Right.
this is like, nah, man, this is my job. So I don't know.
No, it you know, it makes sense, and I see that you know, Tibbs has his way, and none of us know more basketball than Tibbs, right? And
Right,
I don't think
exactly.
I don't think none of us actually believes that. But at the same time, you know, we all have eyes to see whether we played or not, or we've been watching the game a long time. I know you go back to 94. I go back to the 90s as well. So I just see like, yo, the 8-man rotation, like with 6 and 7 in close games. I know that his coaches got way more stats than me. I'm pretty sure they like, yo, we're not like, hey, Tibbs, we're not doing good in these moments consistently, right? Like we can see it. I mean, we've seen the Hawks game, we've seen the Bulls game, we've seen the Rockets game, we've seen these games you're supposed to win and you're not winning, and the same common theme appears. You're playing your
Right.
bench guys, 3 guys, one the guy who gets the most minutes, 14. That's crazy. Like that's like if you'd have put Shamet on the Thunder bench, it would have been the 4th most minutes. I'm pulling it up on the screen. If Shamet played for OKC, right, he would have been the 4th most on their bench. They played somebody, or the 3rd most. They played Wiggins 25, Isaiah Joe 15, and Ajay Mitchell 13. So he would have been right there with them. And he played the most minutes on our bench. Like,
That's crazy.
you know, that's not a recipe for regular season success, if you ask me. Like I said, once again, I'm not saying I know more than Coach Tibbs, but I know that when you play these guys, because look, I'm gonna tell you another stat, right? And I don't have it on the screen if I can find my notes. We got like at least 16 to 17 blowouts. And for me, a blowout is a game that doesn't result. It's not a close game. It's like in boxing. I'm not sure if you watch boxing where every other punch is like a power punch. Like if it's not a jab, every other punch besides a jab is a power punch. So that's how I kind of look at close games. Close games for me is like games you can actually win. Like you had the lead, you know, you were within 4 points. It was, you know, but then you still might lose by 12. But to me, it still was a close game because you were right there. It's just that for whatever reason you didn't execute. And the way these teams shoot 3
You know
balls,
what's funny
yeah.
about that boxing analogy is like
Mm-hmm.
if you constantly play your starting lineup for 40 minutes or you know whatever a long period of time is. It's like in boxing, if you threw your overhand right the whole time,
Right.
like you're not going to make it out of the first round.
Facts. You're gonna get countered to death. Countered to death. Man, and I'm a big boxing guy. I might have to add a boxing channel to the Discord because I love boxing. That's like my second favorite sport. So yeah, but you're right. You're gonna get you can counter to death. Go ahead.
Definitely, I'm a combat sport fan. UFC,
Nice.
Kickboxing. I like one tournament on Amazon Prime. If you got Amazon Prime,
Yeah.
check that out. One
tournament? I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, one tournament. It's like they do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and mixed martial arts, all in one show.
Cool. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'll definitely check that out.
So, yeah, definitely. So I'm reading the chat. Big Dog Talk Sports says I had in the house. Yeah, big word.
Oh yeah, salute the Big Dog Talk Sports.
I wanted to say what Trev was saying, the dude that called the first time.
Oh yeah, Trevor, yes.
That called. He was saying something about, oh man, it was a point that you made that he had said the same thing about overplaying. Overplaying your starters. You're gonna be gassed out in the playoffs, and that's so. There's something you said too about where we're losing those close games. Last year, around this time, right, we went on that crazy run.
Right. That was after OG got
But
there.
we were winning close games. Right? Last year.
No, well, I'm gonna tell you the truth. To be honest, up until this point in the season last year, like especially prior, because technically the win streak or the major run started like around this time, because right now we just had our 35th
January.
game. So last year around their 35th game, they only won 3 games in a row. Right? They only won 3 games in a row. So prior to that, those 3 games, I got it right here. We had a close game loss to Orlando, right? We had a close game loss to OKC. Ironically, OKC again. We had another close game loss to Utah. They beat us last year like they beat us the first time this year, right? And then blowouts. So yeah, we struggled a lot more in close games, or if not a lot more, because I don't have the actual. I'm looking for the actual standing. I can count the games. Right now I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 close game losses. Right? So it's kind of the same where we are now. Right? So if you, I mean, that's just the way I count the close games. Is it like how the NBA does it all the way? No, because they only looking at the last 5 minutes. But to me, it's more that goes into a game. Because let's say, what if like the start of the fourth quarter, it was tied, right? But then in the last 5 minutes, one team pulls away and it was never within the 5 point.
Close game.
Right. That's what. See. So, but the NBA doesn't look at it like that. It has to be within the last minutes, the 5 minutes. It has to be within 5 points. So if it's 6 points, it's not a close game. If it's 7 points, it's not a close game. So yeah, my close game standing is a little more detailed because I actually factor these things and I watch the games too. And so it's not just a number like, oh yeah, write a number or check off something on a ticker or something like that. No, I actually watched the game and I seen that tonight we could have won the game, right? Like so.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're not performing. If we are performing better, then it's not that much better, right? We still are struggling with close games, and I'm hopeful that it can get better. But if you playing these guys 40 minutes, yeah, it's just
right.
But once again, to also before you go again, I want the Knicks fans to be optimistic. This is why you come here. I know we had a bad loss, but I have to balance the scales. Mitchell Robinson can change a lot. Deuce can change a lot. Remember, Deuce didn't play tonight. So hopefully when these guys come back, we'll see more bench utilization because he trusts these guys. So maybe these minutes thing won't be an issue going into the playoffs. But go ahead.
2 good points. Yeah, 2 good points. No. The last comment I want to make. AP was talking about voting for ex-Knicks, and I voted for Randall and Dante. But
nothing wrong with that.
Tonight, I will not be voting for Hartenstein.
Oh yeah, Hartenstein don't get no vote. Nah, listen, man, Hartenstein.
He's off the list.
Man, people think I'm a Hartenstein hater, and I'm like, yo, the brother didn't want to be here. Let's start there. Like, he did not want to be with he chose to go to OKC. Was it for more money? Okay, he thought he was getting more money. He probably will get more money. Salute to the brother. I don't want to hate. All I said was he would have got the 4 years, 72 guaranteed. He wouldn't have had to hope for the last year to be guaranteed. Because I'm telling you right now, I don't think he's going to get the last year guaranteed. They got a lot of money they have to spend between now and then. They already gave Caruso $80 million. So when you look at their salary cap, when it comes time, because when he's up and they got to give him that option, that $29 million, do remember Jalen Williams, the power forward that starts, and Chet Holmgren got to both get paid. And we dealing with a small market team.
Yeah.
I don't know
historically get rid of players.
who has
Right?
a. Thank you. See,
Yep.
see. That's why I like, man. Salute to you, man. I like the way you think.
My
You
man.
and Coach, man. Y'all too. Yeah, y'all on point. Y'all know what y'all talking about. So,
So I have a question for you. No
Yeah.
judgments. What other games do you watch?
What do you mean,
watch
like
other teams?
Oh yeah. So okay. So well, do remember like when like tonight, for example, we play OKC. I watched the 2 previous OKC games right before they played the Knicks. So I saw the last game they played against. Who was it? They played. They smacked the Clippers, right? I actually had to go watch because I was watching Minnesota actually. So I went back and I watched the because on League Pass you can watch the condensed game, or you can watch the 48-minute all possessions. So you see the entire 48 minutes, no commercials, no nothing. 48 minutes of gameplay. So that's what I watch. Because I don't want to miss nothing. Yeah, 48 all possessions, misses, all of that. So yeah, so that's how I watch a lot of games. So every time we play somebody, like Chicago, so after this, or sometime before tomorrow, I gotta watch a Chicago game. At least one Chicago game. It's tough because it's a back-to-back. Mostly, you got space, so I got time. So that's how I watch. So just automatically by covering the Knicks, I watch a lot of games. Just off rip. Because then when you're watching these games, right? So even when you're watching these games, right? So like when I watched OKC last night against the Clippers, now I got info on the Clippers. Because I'm watching the Clippers too. So now I see what the Clippers like to do. They didn't have Harden last night. So it was kind of rough. They played well for 3 quarters, but OKC started turning them over. And once they turn you over, your little 5-point lead goes to a 5-point lead for them. And then eventually 10, 15, that's how OKC does it. They just stack on. The game changes in an instant. So when I saw that in the 4th quarter, I was like, yeah, we in trouble. I know I didn't put it in the Discord, but when I saw Jalen Williams put up them 4 points, like within like a minute, I was like, yeah, we in trouble. We in trouble. It's rough.
Hardenstein had some crucial plays.
Yes.
Impactful plays in the 4th. He did.
Yeah.
And I hated it. I hated watching it. But that's his MO. That's what he does.
That's what he does, man. That's what he does. He didn't do much on the scoring side, but yeah, he affected the game.
He doesn't stack the stat sheet. He makes impacts other ways. Yeah, all the time. I mean, he always did it, and we loved him for it, and now we hate him for it.
Yeah. Right. And they did a good job on times. But I'll let you go if you got to go, man. Yo, salute to you, Sam. New York City, salute to Sam. I appreciate it, man. I see you in the Discord, man.
Yeah, man. Great show. Always.
Great show, man.
Catch you guys later.
All right. Salute to Sam calling in, Knicks Tape Madness, Discord server. By the way, salute to the Sporting Page. You also in the Discord server too, Sporting Page. You just don't be chatting. But salute to you, man. This is the Knicks Call Up Show. We just talking these Knicks, man. I wanted to go in on you guys tonight. Well, not you guys directly, only to the people who don't vote. About the All-Star voting, but the game happened. We lost, so it kind of threw a monkey wrench in my plan. But yeah, if you're watching this video right now, you see I got the flyer up there. Vote for your Knicks. Yay, man, vote for the Knicks, man. I demonstrated twice on this show how you can do it. If you don't know how to do it, go to NBA.com. You might have to create a profile. Takes you 5 minutes to do. Not going to take you all day. Then another 2 minutes, you can vote all Knicks. Submit, get up out of there once a day. Some days your vote counts 3 times. Let's get Jalen Brunson in the All-Star game. And the reason why this is news because Jalen Brunson is 4th in All-Star voting. How many of you guys want him to start, but you're not voting for him? So now we got LaMelo Ball, right, who the kids love. He's getting damn near 1 million votes. And Jalen Brunson only has 470,000 votes. Come on, man. We got to vote. Let me see. So, but salute to you, Sporting Page. AP, I watched the Knicks, Nets, and Sixers just for laughs. Okay. So you watched the Sixers and the Nets. I tell you what, the Nets, to me, I feel like they know what they have to do, but they're just confused because you can tank. You have your own pick, but they just keep winning and winning. I think now they're sliding down on the standings. But if I'm the Nets, I don't understand what we playing for, you know? And my boy Ill Will from the Ville, he actually came on the show on the second Knicks call up, you know, because, you know, I try to bring counterbalance. I bring some people from the opposite teams through, and we have, you know, try to have a logical discussion. But he was saying, yo, you can't fault the Nets. Really, the young boys are balling. Them guys, he put them guys out there. They playing, they winning. You know, they're not playing to lose. And I was like, you know what, that is a good point. But at some point, you got to consider, you know, trimming the fat, and that's what they did. They got rid of Schroeder, right? They got rid of Finley Smith for Russell. They probably gonna be another move. I wouldn't be surprised if Russell goes again, but I think they might hold on to Russell because what the Nets are trying to do is free up money so they could bring in a Julius Randle, right? So they could bring in whoever else, Jimmy Butler, right? You know, the Nets are known for, you know, doing some boneheaded contracts, but the Nets will have the money. But yeah, I'm with you, AP. Pure laughs. Anytime the Lakers win, the first thing I look for is the free throw attempt. Oh yeah, you know it's a cheat code. You know it's a cheat code for the Lakers. They get free. Yo, matter of fact, what game was that? They had a game recently. I was watching them, and LeBron didn't play, but they still had like damn near double the amount of free throws than the other team. I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with the Lakers. Let me see. I watched the Nets, but I just don't care enough. Okay, that's cool. You know what? To the people that rock with the Nets was never really the ops of the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you got the Yankees and Mets can't stand each other? The Knicks and the Nets don't really have beef like that. It ain't like whatever little beef we got now is because of them fake Brooklyn Net fans that wasn't Net fans before they came to Brooklyn, and they only show up when the Nets is good. They don't show up when the Nets is bad. Like my man Ill Will from the Ville, he rock with the Nets, you know, thick or thin. But like I was telling my man Ill Will, that was on the second call-up show, I said, yo, you don't see Net fans, Nets hats out there like that. Like when you go outside, do you see people rocking Nets hats like that? You don't really see it like that. You know what I'm saying? So, man, you go to the game, you probably barely. You go to a Net game, you might barely see some Net hats in there, man. It be the opposing teams going through there. That's how it works because they got the cheap tickets. You get the tickets, you go to Barclays Center. Salute to the Barclays Center. I love going to Barclays Center. Barclays Center's fire. By the way, I got something I want to do that's kind of funny. I still think I'm going to do it. It's just that the Nets kind of ruined my plan. But I got something I'm gonna do that's going to be funny. Y'all going to see it. Let me see. Sam says, I met one Net fan in my life. Facts. Yo, salute to Sam. Yo, you don't see Net fans like that. Trust me. I'm in the city all the time. And I don't see no Net fans when I go there. I see Mets hats for sure. Mets, you're going to see Mets hats. Yankees hat, yeah. But you're not going to see, you're not going to see no Mets hat. Gangstar said Tibbs crazy. Yeah, yo, Tibbs, it's hard to, by the way, salute the Knicks chat in the chat. Salute to you, man. I hadn't seen you. Well, you was definitely rocking on the last couple of shows. Nick Jack said we are a better team and we missed all our threes and gave game away. You think we better than OKC? I want to believe that. But one thing I'm going to say about OKC, they top 10 in offense and defense. Something that we wish we can be. Because right now, we 14 in defense, we might drop. If we get top 10 offense and defense, I'll relook that. I do think that we have a better starting. Well, it depends on what they do with Chet Holmgren. Because if they start Chet Holmgren with Isaiah Hartenstein and Williams and whoever else you want at the two, you know, they play a whole bunch of Dort, I guess. And SGA, that's a tough starting lineup, yo. I ain't gonna lie. And you know, they bench is way more productive than our bench. You know, I'm not gonna say they bench have more talent than us, though I do like that Wiggins kid. He is nice. I just think that they get more production out of their bench. So it's kind of like it's kind of hard to say we better than OKC. I can't front. That's a hard statement to say. Yeah, I know they only went to the second round, like we only went to the second round. You know, they first in the West, but you know, our schedules, you know, it's not too far apart. But this OKC being top 10 offense and defense, yeah, that matters, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Gangstar says no heads, no heads hats on the street. For sure. You just don't see it. That's why I had to tell Will, like, and then because you know he from Brooklyn, but he live in the A. He been living in the A for like the past 15, probably longer than that. Probably going on 20 years he's been in the A. Anyway, so he thought that Nets tickets compared to Knicks tickets. And I'm like, dude, you know, we put it on the screen. Like Knicks tickets, man, you gonna be in nosebleed for like $250. You in nosebleed, if that. Good luck if you can get that. We pulled up the Utah Jazz game, and the cheapest ticket you could get was like $220, if that. Cheapest net ticket, I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't even that much. Right? Cheapest Hawks ticket, I think we looked up different teams. Yeah, it was just, it's just MSG is a whole nother monster. By the way, hit the like button, man. We rocking now, man. I love talking this Nick talk, and I'm a vampire. I know Maxine probably gonna want me to shut it down if she's not sleeping. She probably gonna be like, yo, she probably gonna send me that text like, hey, yo, it's time to go. I ain't get the text yet, but I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. Hopefully, if you guys, you know, was feeling down about the game, this took your mind off the game, because it's gonna be all right, man. Like I said, when you look at my note sheet, if I flash it and you see more green on there, see the green, see more green on there than red. Red is lost. We good. We still 9-1 in our last 10 games. Let me see. E. Gonzalez says, are the Nets still in the league? Damn, that's tough. That's tough, E. Gonzalez. Man. Nick Shack, we had an 8 points or more lead in the fourth. We gave the game away. You know, Nick Shack, I think that, and somebody said, I'm not sure if this was Sam, somebody earlier said something that was so valuable that we were outcoached. I think that just the coaching IQ, brain, mindset, I just think that they did a number on us. I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I really do think that, you know, we just wasn't ready for the fourth quarter because the guys were gassed. You know, and they went away from the bread baskets. I can't remember who said it earlier. I don't know why oh yeah, I got it right here. I'm not sure if it was Mike, Wesley. Somebody said that, you know, we was killing. It could have been in the chat too. We were killing in the paint with Mikal Bridges and Towns. Like, they couldn't stop us, and we went away from that. But part of it is physicality, calls, refs, getting beat up, looking like the 1990s out there, frustration, but good defense too. So you add that with the good defense, it's not as easy as you think it is. You know, and I wish they would have had more, like, you know, rest. You know, I just think the down the stretch would have been different. Knicks have been far more experienced than OKC. If they played in the finals, it'll come down to Jalen and SGA. Now you that's a whole different ball game. Now you're talking about a 7-game series. Now, in a 7-game series, when you look at it, neither team, I think what Caruso did win with the Lakers, right? So outside, and of course, OG and Mikal, they went to the finals. So outside of a few guys, both teams don't really have finals experience. The Knicks have more experience overall, or campaign went to the finals too. Shamit, right? I think Shamit was on that team too when they went to the finals. But at the same time, if the Knicks are going to beat OKC, we're going to have a good, healthy dynamic of bench production. And 2, their defense has to be a lot better. You're going to have to lock down everybody besides SGA, which they kind of did this game. Because Jalen, if it wasn't for the fourth quarter, Jalen Williams was on smash. Not going to lie to you. Because look, I'm not sure how much he had in the fourth, but this 20 points kind of came out of nowhere because he wasn't really doing much throughout the game. I'm just going to keep it real. And then remember, Wiggins had 15. This kid right here, Wiggins had 15 in the fourth. So the Knicks were right there. The Knicks could have won this game. I just feel as though the gas tank, when you look at the starting, it goes back to gas tank. It just goes back to the gas. Like they don't have the energy to close out games. We're 6-7 in close games. 6-7 in close games. We lost to the Bulls. We lost to the Hawks twice. Detroit. Detroit was a blowout. We lost to. I keep always saying Detroit. What else we lost to? Houston, Cleveland early on, but that was early. Those games, for some reason, down the stretch, we just can't do it. By the way, you see the 3-point percentage? It went from 34% to 28%. 34% to start the quarter, 28%. That's terrible. You're not knocking down your 3-ball. And we know the Knicks had a good record when they was hitting their threes. Can't remember it off the top of the head. Let me see if I can find a note right quick. It was a really good record when they get near 40% and up. But when they not hitting them 3-ball, the inverse is true. Let me see. As we wind down. By the way, if you do want to call, you can get your last calls in 646-995-8389. This is the Knicks call up. We had a lot of calls tonight. I think we probably got the most calls tonight than we ever did, but we had a little gate break in between, which was cool because it gave me time to break down the All-Star stuff. Sporting Page says respect the OKC for their 16-2 home record. That's a fact. And that's another thing too. Like OKC is a really good team, y'all. Like, I get what you're trying to say. Whoever's made the comment just now that, the Knicks are a better team, but man, OKC is a good team. And remember, they didn't have Chet. Chet is out, and they don't have Caruso, who's another good defender. So they wasn't 100% either. They are a good team. Trust me, I had to watch probably 10. I probably watched 10 games, 10 OKC games. And they do this. They had Jokic on Smash. Bro, they had Jokic on Smash. And this was before Isaiah was there. And I'm like, yo, this guy weighs 200 pounds. He's 7 foot. Why Jokic don't just put him in the basket? It's easier than it looks. Only when I seen get off on them, really get off on them was Giannis. Chet being out allowed them to call more plays for Jalen Williams. Facts. It was a blessing in disguise. Facts. But when they get him back, what are you going to do with them guys? Like, they're already hard to guard. Now you give them another 7-footer to add to their arsenal. They become a better offensive team. They become harder to guard, if you ask me. OKC is a good player. Got more expensive players. Knicks need to earn them damn money. I get what you're trying to say. You're saying that the Knicks have got more people. Now the Knicks, to me, it's hard to say that too because Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren is nice. But when you look at Towns, Bridges, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart. To me, like those guys are better than Lou Dort, Kaysen Wallace, Caruso. You know, I'm taking those guys over those guys, but they got a lot of those guys. They got 3 Williams dudes, 2 Jalen Williams, right? They got a whole bunch of dudes, man. Then this kid, AJ Mitchell, I think he's a rookie. Yeah, he came out in 2024. This kid be balling, bro. How do they do it? Oh, I'm not in research mode. This kid, AJ Mitchell, is a problem. Trust me. And they got him this year in the draft. He's a 2nd round pick. Actually, I think he's our pick. Does this say New York? Was this one of these traded picks? Yeah, I think this was our pick. Anyway, this kid right here, man. Yeah, this kid is talented, man. They be finding these diamonds in the roughs. Crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, they got more guys like that. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't think OKC winning the chip either, though. I didn't have OKC as the #1 team in the West, but I do think that the championship will come from the East Coast this year because a lot of these West Coast teams has been fooled. I'm gonna keep it real. I think the East is gonna win it, whether it be us, Boston. I can't say Cleveland, but I think that is gonna come from the East for sure. The West Coast has been looking kind of shaky. Yes, he was picked 38th by the Knicks and traded. Facts. Yep. Salute the Spawn page with the facts. I didn't even realize that. I didn't even realize that he was a Knick pick. That's crazy. I'm not gonna say that's a mistake. It's Leon Rose we trust, but damn, this kid be balling. Trust me, he does a lot of stuff on the low. He does a lot of stuff on the low because you know there's a lot of like they got so many guys 6'5", 6'6" that it's like how do you get minutes? But they all get minutes. It's crazy. Their coach is really good. He's a really good coach. And then maybe you know what? Maybe that's what we need. We need young blood. You see a lot of these younger coaches dominating the league right now. Outspoken introvert, salute to you. He says that's what happens when you prioritize player development. That's a big fact. And clearly we went in the opposite direction because we traded all our first picks. If you was a first pick, traded, none of our first picks made it. They all gone. Grimes, Obi Toppin, Emmanuel Quickly, RJ Barrett, the 3rd pick. All of them guys are gone. We got more 2nd picks than we do first picks. Not counting this year, of course, because, you know, this year we got nothing but 2nd picks. But I'm saying like Deuce McBride, Jericho Sims, they still here. For how long? I don't know. Till they find another trade to blow your mind. Let me see. OKC will find good players. And Sam Presti's a legend. Trust me. But they did in OKC. And this is what I was saying on another show. I was saying that when you trade for stars, so like you see how the Nets traded KD, I feel like that trade benefited the Nets way more than it does Phoenix because Phoenix is not winning championship. They might have to make another trade. Maybe Jimmy Butler to Phoenix? Jimmy Butler for Bill? I don't think Pat Riley would do that though. Let me see. AP, now is it the problem that Leon is on getting all these players here, but Tibbs not playing them is the problem? Nah, I don't think I don't think Leon Rose is doing nothing wrong. What happened though within the last year was they made the shift into becoming a contender, and typically contenders don't value young players and picks. So they made the shift, and that's why they got rid of all the picks and the young players. So I think that's just standard. Ian Gonzalez, OKC's overrated. They're good for the regular season. They don't have the firepower to beat Dallas or Memphis. I halfway agree with that. The only problem I say for Dallas and Memphis is injuries. Kyrie Irving, he gets hurt at the wrong time. And now you see Luka all banged up. Ja Morant in Memphis, oh my God, he's a walking accident waiting to happen. This dude, 360 layups in the air, come down, fall on his shoulder. I'm not wishing it on him. Those two teams are so injury prone. You don't know who's going to be there in the playoffs. You know, right? You don't know. They was a second seed. They lost to the Lakers because everybody was hurt. Ja Morant had, I can't remember what injury it was, but he looked like a shell of himself. So that's my only problem with Dallas and Memphis. I do think healthy head up. I do think both teams might have the edge, more so Dallas. But I do think, like Gangstar just said, OKC probably will come out the West, and I don't think they'll beat no East Coast teams. Don't get me wrong, Knicks are better than it was a decade ago, but now their expectations after last year, I don't know what to make of this time. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, AP, it's Eastern Conference or bust. Eastern Conference Finals or bust. E. Gonzalez says, facts, I'm talking about a healthy team. Yeah, but we don't always get healthy teams, E. Gonzalez. That was the key to the Celtics' path through the Eastern Conference. Nobody was healthy. So this is the wind down, y'all. First off, I want to thank you guys for, rocking with me this long. This is the Nick Call Up Show. Like I said earlier, I gave a little, brief segue to, salute the captain with the Captain 11 merch. Shop.theobjectiveknicksfan.com. Check out the merch, mugs, hoodies, all that good stuff. And also make sure you vote, man. I've been promoting this more than the shop tonight because it really bothered me to see Jalen Brunson not getting the votes like that. Like, that really is just, yeah, it's bad, bro. But definitely we gotta, share the word, tell everybody. Get your vote on, man. Vote for the captain. This was a great show. First of all, I gotta thank the chat, man. Yo, you guys keeping me rocking when we didn't get no calls. Salute the Gangstar. Gangstar been rocking with me since the beginning. E. Gonzalez, AP. Salute to Knicks will be champs. Wait, Knicks will be champs didn't make it. No, he did. Yeah, Knicks will be champs. Salute to Knicks will be champs. He was there earlier. Salute to Sam, of course. Sam, Knicks Tape Madness Discord server. Right. Salute to the Sporting Page channel member, the Objective Knicks Fan Nation. Salute to AP, Nick Jack, Egan Gonzalez. Salute to everybody Maxine, the great Maxine. Salute to everybody that was here on the chat. By the way, also salute to all the callers we got tonight. We got Mike from PA, Wesley from Strong Island, right? We got Sean from Brooklyn, though he lives upstate. We got Trevor and my man Sam. Salute to all the callers we had tonight. This was definitely a rocking show, man. And that's all for this pod, man. And until next time. By the way, before you go, I got a new outro. So just stay for the outro. But that's all for this video. So until next time, let's go, Knicks.